3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
Good morning, Swain Event crew. The new year is here and it's the 2022 East Tennessee real estate season. As I always do, I'm going to shoot straight with you. If you have a home to sell, then you need to give me a call ASAP. Inventory is low and I will get you the most money possible and more than you think trying to sell it on your own. If you are a seller that also needs to buy a home, you need to call me ASAP, as there are ways I can help you manage that situation and stay in your home until we find what you want. If you are looking to buy, you need to call me ASAP. You absolutely need someone on your side to help navigate the current waters, and you need someone that's going to do their homework and find homes that aren't on the market yet. Bottom line, you need to call me today ASAP. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897. If you are buying, selling, or considering investing in real estate this year, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon, and go Vols!
With smartphones being such an integral part of our daily lives, it is truly an inconvenience when it doesn't work properly. It disrupts the normalcy of our day. When you go into the cell phone store to have it repaired, they just try to upsell you on a new phone. That's why the owner of iDrop, T. Kell, left those places and opened iDrop. His goal is a happy customer. T. Kell and the team will listen to what you have going on and work to solve the problem of your broken device in a way that best suit your needs, instead of trying to upsell you on something that you just don't need. They don't just repair phones, they can service your laptop or PC as well as your Mac. Windows 7 support is over, but iDrop can help you transition to Windows 10. They have a 5-star rating on Google with hundreds of positive reviews. Let me say that again. I don't think y'all understand how big this is. They have a 5-star rating on Google. Their customer service really speaks for itself. So if you ever find yourself with a device that isn't performing as it should, give iDrop a call at 865-888-9740 or check them out on Facebook at iDrop of Knoxville. If man made it, they can fix it.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain Event with your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain Event, fueled by Denim Barbecue.
Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair.
Swain Event, fueled by Denim Barbecue. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. It is Wednesday, March the 16th, 5 minutes past the top of the hour. NCAA tournament has started. March Madness was already mad days ago, but the official NCAA tournament kicked off last night. The first four. Ben, good morning, man.
Good morning. Already 2-0 on my bracket. Let's go. 2-0. I had Texas Southern and Indiana winning. Said that on the show yesterday. So out to a 2-0 start, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, me
had
too.
That perfect bracket.
Me too. Perfect already. You see it right there. Texas Southern, Indiana. I got it too.
Hey, let's go.
I got it. Man, Trace Jackson Davis. Whoa.
Some big time dunks last night.
Whoa. 29 points. 9 rebounds. Getting busy last night for the Hoosiers. Wow.
By the way, I asked last night in the Tennessee baseball press box, why is Texas A&M Corpus Christi called the Islanders? And apparently their campus is on an island.
Their jerseys are trash.
They are as well. But remember yesterday we were wondering why they're called the Islanders.
Yeah, I know.
It made zero sense to us, but apparently their campus is on an island.
Well, that makes sense.
That makes sense. It makes me feel a lot better. And you're right. Their jerseys were absolute trash.
It's the worst jerseys in college basketball.
Yes. And how could you pick against Texas Southern? How could you pick against Glory Road?
No, you can't do that now.
No, you can't. I mean, that was the premise of my pick. You just can't pick against Glory Road. And I'm not picking a team from Texas called the Islanders. I don't care if they're on an island or not. And they definitely didn't deserve to be picked after they showed up in those trash jerseys. The only thing more trash than those jerseys are Mitchell Trubisky. The only thing more trash than those jerseys. Mason Rudolph and Mitchell Trubisky.
I don't know why you're downing your own team like this, man.
I'm not downing my own team.
You start quarterback.
I'm downing my terrible quarterbacks because the Steelers were lazy and didn't want to go get a real quarterback.
The Browns putting in some work, that's for sure.
If it happens.
The Browns are in position to get Deshaun Watson. They're going to meet with him and got Baker Mayfield all in his feelings, putting out statements as if he is on the way out.
I know one thing. I'll take Baker Mayfield and Pittsburgh over the two bozos I've got.
Well, that would be fun. That would be fun.
And plus, I would enjoy a Baker Mayfield revenge tour against the Browns. His attitude.
He would be petty. There's no doubt about that. But Texas Southern, man, you do have the movie Glory Road, but Johnny Jones, man, I remember his time at LSU. Whew.
See the coach at Texas Southern?
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you a single Texas A&M Corpus Christi player. I can't tell you a single Texas Southern player. I forgot that Johnny Jones was the coach at Texas Southern until right now. I don't know who the coach is at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. You just can't pick against Glory Road. It's as simple as that. And in the NCAA tournament, when you're filling out your bracket, you've got to have some games where you just roll with some interesting logic.
That was me. Yeah, that's why I picked Texas Southern. But yeah, Johnny Jones, remember his time at LSU, could not win with Ben Simmons.
No.
I mean, he was not great.
Not great, Bob.
But that's why I feel like a guy like Condon Martin will be able to go land a job pretty easy, because if Johnny Jones can go get a job, Condon Martin will easily be able to go get a job. Frank Martin will easily be able to go get a job. And Tom Crean, I don't know what he's going to do, but he should be able to go get a job as well. In a smaller school. There's a lot of jobs that is going to, I'm sure, open up. Happens every single year.
Yes. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. Those coaches, Conzo, Frank, I guess Tom Crean. I'm less confident in Tom Crean than I am Conzo and Frank.
Me too.
But schools like Texas Southern would absolutely love to have them. And maybe, like I said, I think it was Monday, maybe it's a situation like Anthony Grant where they're just going to be a really good mid-level coach, mid-major coach.
Yep.
And that's perfectly okay.
They'll meet them where they are, which is a mediocre basketball coach at the highest level, but they may be better at a little bit of a lower level. So hopefully Conzo is coaching again. A lot of respect for him, like him, but just didn't get it done at the SEC level. Still got to fill out this bracket.
Have you started to fill it out?
I have.
I've started to fill it out in my head. I'll put pen to paper today and put the finishing touches on it tomorrow before the first game. But are there any games in your head to where you can't decide? You're kind of going back and forth? Because I know I have a couple of those in my head. And really, it's not, the coin flip games like the 8 and 9s that could go either way. It's more of, do I want to be bold? Am I brave enough to pick UTC over Illinois? Am I brave enough to do it? I don't trust Illinois. They're capable of making it out of the region. I mean, they could make an Elite 8, Final 4 run. Illinois is that good, or they have that much potential. Their ceiling is the roof. But, I mean, they could absolutely lose to UTC, and it would not surprise me at all.
I'm done with Illinois. I picked them last year to win it all.
I think I had them in the national championship game. I know I had them in the Final 4. I can't remember if I had them in the national championship.
Worthless.
But yeah, I'm after last year, I don't trust Illinois. Like, part of me wants to pick Memphis to beat Gonzaga in the Sweet 16 or in the round of 32 in the second round. Part of me wants to do it. I'm not going to do it, but it's kind of situations like that. How bold, how brave do I want to be? That's tying my mind up into a pretzel. Do I want to pick Murray State over Kentucky in the round of 32? Yes, I do. Do I think it's possible that Murray State beats Kentucky? Yes, I do. Am I brave enough to pick it? I don't know. Am I going to cower it out? It's a strong possibility I'm going to cower it out.
Are you going to put Tennessee as the national champion?
No. Are you?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I don't know how far I'm going to have Tennessee going on my bracket. But aside from filling out a bracket, my general thoughts on Tennessee is that they will lose to Villanova or Arizona in the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. I think those are the most likely outcomes. But if Villanova and Arizona are upset before they get to Tennessee and Tennessee plays somebody other than Villanova, so Tennessee, if Villanova loses, who are the other three teams in Villanova's little pod that they would play?
Colorado State, Michigan.
No.
Delaware, Ohio State, Loyola, Chicago.
Like, I think Tennessee beats all three of those teams. I would pick Tennessee against all three of those teams, and I think Tennessee would walk right into the Elite 8. If Arizona gets upset along the way, I think Tennessee would win in the Elite 8. So my general big picture thoughts on Tennessee's bracket is that I think that they'll lose to Villanova or Arizona in the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8. But if those two teams get upset before they get to Tennessee, I think Tennessee goes to the Final Four. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If we were not fans of Tennessee, would you pick Tennessee to go further than being a fan? Because I look at some of the national pundits. I look at a guy like Colin Cowherd. I mean, he picked Tennessee to win the whole deal.
Well, Tennessee's going to lose in the first round.
Yeah, especially if Cowherd picked, right?
Yes.
I think sometimes you try so hard not to be biased, but really at the end of the day, Tennessee is one of the best 5 teams in college basketball right now. I mean, the AP poll said so.
And really, in terms of who is playing the best basketball, it's higher than that. Who can we definitively say is playing better basketball than Tennessee right now?
You can possibly say Arizona.
Just looking at the AP poll.
Listen, Arizona, they've lost 2 games since they lost to Tennessee.
In a decent conference, but they've beaten the good teams in that conference. Who are the 2 games that they have lost since Tennessee?
Colorado.
Yes. Which Tennessee beat, funny enough.
And UCLA. They lost to UCLA away. They lost to Colorado away.
And those 2 losses make sense. Those aren't bad losses in my book. Colorado's not a bad basketball team.
No.
And it was on the road. It makes sense that Arizona slipped up there. It makes sense that Arizona lost on the road to a UCLA team that I believe was picked in the top 5 to start the year. Preseason top 5 team. A lot of people picking them to get back to the Final Four because they brought back Johnny Juzang and the other kid that I'm forgetting his name off the top of my head.
Tiger, the point guard, and Jaquez.
Yeah, Jaquez.
Mm-hmm.
Was that Jaquez Garcia or something like that? But I don't think you can say anybody is playing better basketball definitively than Tennessee right now.
Jamie Jaquez.
Yeah, there we go.
You got Tiger Campbell as a point guard with the hair.
Yeah, with the crazy hair.
Yeah, the Sasha Bob hair.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of guys coming back. So, UCLA is probably failed to reach regular season expectations. But this team is, I think, poised to make a deep run. Remember last year they were a team that was 11th seed.
UCLA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember they had to win in Dayton. Right? They beat Michigan State.
They barely got in.
And made a Final Four run. Which is why I consider the first 4 last night, tonight's games, it's why I consider it a part of the NCAA tournament. Because technically, will it ever happen? Probably not. But technically, a team who played last night, it would be Indiana because Texas Southern isn't going to win the national championship. But Indiana could win the national championship. It won't happen. I would be surprised if a first 4 team ever won the national championship. But technically, it could happen, which is why I consider last night and tonight a part of the NCAA tournament. And I think that we need to adapt how we fill out our bracket and include the first 4 in our picks. Like on the ESPN bracketology, it doesn't.
No love.
Yeah, it doesn't care. You pick, like if you think Indiana is going to win in the first round this weekend, you pick Indiana or Wyoming on the bracketology. It doesn't even allow you to really differentiate between the 2.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I'm looking at my bracket now. So if you go to the Swain Event app and you go to the show notes, the 2022 Swain Event Bracket Challenge is available. It's right there. So the show does have a bracket challenge. Go to Swain Event app, show notes, and you will see it. The 2021 Swain Event Bracket Challenge is what you will see. So,
yeah, but
on my paper, I'm not done filling it out, and I'll be done filling everything out before the games start today.
What are the games on your bracket that are stressing you out? You don't know who to roll with. You don't have a whole lot of confidence.
Seton Hall, TCU, the 8-9 matchup.
The good news is that you probably have the 1 seed that is going to match up beating those 2 teams.
Yeah, I ain't worried. I got all the 1 seeds winning in the first round.
Yeah, so I would hope so.
Houston, UAB.
I'm picking UAB in that one. I'm doing it, and that one's pretty fascinating because UAB is one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country, and Houston is one of the best teams in the country at defending the three. So that will be fascinating.
I'm going Houston then since you said UAB.
I'm going UAB because Houston, without two of its four best players, I think it's easy to overcome that adversity when you play in an American conference that isn't very good.
I'm not picking a team from Alabama.
So you're picking Auburn to beat Jacksonville State in the first round?
Jacksonville State from Alabama too, so I had to pick somebody.
So you did pick a team from Alabama.
Both teams from Alabama, so I had to pick one.
But see, do you care more about getting the game right, or
I'm petty?
You care more about picking with your head or your heart?
I'm petty.
Because if I wanted to go that route, I'm picking Gonzaga, or not Gonzaga, but Boise State to beat Memphis in the first round.
That's true.
I'm picking Murray State to beat Kentucky in the second round.
I don't hate Memphis as much as I hate the state of Alabama.
Which is fair. I completely agree with you there. But still,
it's a love-hate relationship.
It's penny. Which, by the way, I mentioned a moment ago that I'm at the phase of my bracket now of how brave do you want to be, Ben? Are you just going to be a coward? And the answer is yes, I am going to be a coward. But I mentioned Memphis as kind of one of those games that can dictate how brave I'm going to be because, like I said yesterday, I could absolutely see Memphis beating Gonzaga. It would not surprise me at all. There's some metrics that say since Imani Bates left Memphis about a month and a half ago, they've been the second best team in the country behind Gonzaga. Torvik is, I believe, the metric that has indicated since Imani Bates' last game in a Memphis uniform, Memphis has been statistically and by the analytics the second best team in the country.
That's a lie.
So, and only behind Gonzaga.
Wow.
So, again, it wouldn't surprise me to see Memphis make a run, but the reason I will ultimately not pick Memphis to make a run, I think I'm going to pick Memphis to beat Boise State and then lose to Gonzaga in that second round because I don't trust Penny. I don't trust Penny. And the other thing, like I just mentioned with Houston, is outside of Houston and a down Cincinnati team and an SMU team that is so-so and an SMU team that Memphis lost to in the American Conference, like who have they beaten since Imani Bates went out? Like, again, like the American is weak, and they benefited from the American being weak after that. So mainly I don't trust Penny, but also like they're going to have to prove that they can beat somebody that is legitimate before I'm willing to really buy in to them.
Yeah, we had a good little time when they went on that 3-game losing streak in January, and they had a 4-game losing streak at the end of November, December, and things were falling apart. But they beat Houston twice in the regular season, and went on a 6-game winning streak there in February, and then another 4-game winning streak, and then 2 games in the AAC tournament, and then they lost to Houston in the finals. So when you look at the talent on that team and how they have come together, you got to give credit to Penny Hardaway for getting the ship steered in the right direction. But I do have Memphis advancing against Boise State. But the other games that I'm having trouble with is North Carolina and Marquette. The 8-9 I guess is getting me.
That's all. Yeah, that always gets me every year because it's such a coin flip. Such a coin flip.
North Carolina disappointed me there in the ACC tournament, but the way they finished against Duke was very impressive. Alabama versus Rutgers or Notre Dame. I'm struggling because we know Alabama can beat a team like Gonzaga. They can beat a team like Tennessee, but then they'll lose to Georgia. So which team are we going to see in the first round? I have not selected Alabama versus Rutgers or Notre Dame. I think Rutgers will beat Notre Dame, but I haven't selected that one yet.
I do think Rutgers will beat Notre Dame tonight. And I'm going to pick Alabama, but I don't pick them with a lot of confidence because they are a team that could lose to Rutgers or Notre Dame, but Alabama is also a team that could make it to the Elite Eight or the Sweet 16. Which Alabama team shows up? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully the bad version. Hopefully they lose to Rutgers or Notre Dame. That would be glorious. But I think they at least make it out of the first round. And then who would they play in the second round?
Texas Tech.
Yeah, they'll lose that game. That's how I'll have it playing out on my bracket is beating Rutgers, losing to Texas Tech.
Yeah, I'm not going to be petty, man. I'm going to fill out my bracket the way I'm going to fill it out to try to win as much as I can. And I don't know. I might pick Alabama.
So are you going to pick Houston or UAB?
No, I'm going to pick Houston. I think Houston will win. I was kidding.
What are you doing with Murray State down there?
I got Murray State winning against San Fran. I got Kentucky beating Murray State.
It looks like you got somebody beating Kentucky there in the Sweet 16.
I got Purdue.
Purdue.
Beating Kentucky.
Yeah.
Man, if Kellen Grady don't start making shots, they going home, man.
Yeah, they are. Absolutely are. Kentucky's a fascinating team in that regard.
But Keon Brooks is I think, very important. And he's played well. He's played well for Kentucky. So Keon Brooks, I think, if he has a good game or games, I think they can withstand Kellen Grady not making shots because they're not playing against a team like Tennessee. But Tennessee's better than Kentucky. You hear what I said? I said Tennessee's a better basketball team than Kentucky.
Yep.
They're better.
They are.
So if Kellen Grady can't make shot and then Keon Brooks is able to be productive, I think Kentucky can win the first two games. But against a Purdue team, I think where the talent is better. Purdue is not better than Tennessee, but I think Purdue will send Kentucky home.
Yeah, I don't think Purdue is necessarily better than Kentucky, but I think they are certainly capable of presenting some problems with Jaden Ivey, who is an absolute stud.
Top 5 pick?
Yes, and I don't think he'll be the number one overall pick, but he has entered the number one overall pick conversation at minimum. And Zach Edey, big old boy, that should give Oscar Tshiebwe some issues. I don't know that it will work out that way, but you would think that Zach Edey at 7'3",
7'4",
7'4".
How the hell you get that tall?
I don't know.
How tall was he in 8th grade?
They were checking his birth certificate in middle school basketball, in AAU ball.
Man, I bet that little 8th grade picture, that class picture was hilarious.
Yeah, so, I mean, you would think that his size would be able to disrupt Oscar Tshiebwe there.
Oh, it will.
In the post. Like, I would still pick Oscar to win that matchup because Oscar's probably going to be the National Player of the Year for a reason. I mean, he is very talented. But still, Purdue has the ingredients to upset Kentucky. The question is, will they? I think it's certainly possible. And, man, I'm hoping Murray State can pull off the upset in round 2. But if not, let's hope that old Purdue can take care of business and not allow Kentucky to keep on advancing. I saw one bracket from a Kentucky media member yesterday. Had Kentucky beating Tennessee in the national championship game.
You know, that would be an upset.
It would.
That would be an upset because Tennessee is better than Kentucky basketball.
Although technically it would not be an upset because Kentucky is the higher seed.
No. It would be an upset because Tennessee is better. Simple as that. 865-255-03. Hour 1 is brought to you by Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. HappyHiller.com. Go Gonna give away some baseball tickets for Sunday this week. Got some tickets to give away for Sunday's baseball game this week here on the Swain Event. So keep it locked in. We'll be right back. Ben McKee, Jason Swain.
If you want to be part of the show, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503.
Hello? Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Denim Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over. In this day and age, the way we work is changing and evolving. Businesses still moving forward despite your work location changing and supply shortages affecting a number of different areas. Office furniture is not immune to the halt in the supply chain. This is why Office Furniture Outfitters has purchased desks, chairs, and tables in bulk to provide you with in-stock options for your place of business, no matter if it's in an office building or at your house. Office Furniture Outfitters is the local supplier for Herman Miller, and they keep Aeron chairs in stock. They will come to your office, lay out, and make recommendations. No project is too big or too small. You can visit them on location at 17th Street and Grand Avenue in the Fort Sanders area or online at ofonox.com or give them a call at 865-524-3003. Office Furniture Outfitters, providing East Tennessee's biggest selection and best value for office furniture since 1995.
If you're coming to Knoxville and need a place to stay, do yourself a favor and book a room at Hampton Inn Paper Mill, also known as the Hampton on the Hill. This award-winning property is literally in the top 5% of all Hampton Inn properties. The GM, Stephen Lawrence, is a good old local boy who grew up in the business around Knoxville. He and his staff are always available, always willing to help, and will go above and beyond for their guests. The newest Hampton Inn in Knoxville has clean, affordable rooms, flat screens, fridges, and microwaves in every room. Plus, breakfast is included in every rate. Not to mention, there's also a pool and fitness center on site. If it wasn't so close to amazing restaurants, bars, and shopping, you would never want to leave. At only 6 miles from campus, you're still right in where the Big Orange action is. Go to HamptonInn.com, search Knoxville, and book your room at the Hampton Inn Paper Mill or call 865-693-5400. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the NN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com. We're here with Dr. Michael Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine to discuss PRP, platelet-rich plasma. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, or tennis elbow, you should give them a call.
Good to be back, Jason. We specialize in non-surgical orthopedics, so we treat damaged tendons, ligaments, and joints, including rotator cuff injuries, knee injuries, and elbow and foot problems by using ultrasound-guided injections with PRP. And this form of treatment helps stimulate the body's own reparative process and assist in the healing of damaged tissue.
Doc, what makes your training different than others?
I've been practicing in Knoxville for over 26 years, and I'm certified in interventional regenerative orthopedic medicine through the American Academy of Orthopedic Medicine. They've been the leader in this form of treatment since 1983. I also teach this form of treatment on a national and international basis to other physicians, residents, and medical students. Here in our clinic, I'm the one doing the procedure, and we're using your own PRP, which are concentrated platelets, to treat your injury. So in other words, Jason, it comes from you and it goes back to you, so you know exactly what you're getting and know exactly the level of training involved.
Do what the pros, college athletes, and I have done, and visit them online at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in PRP therapy.
At Iris Networks, we know that business communication solutions are critical to your success. Since 1998, we've been helping businesses in East Tennessee by providing reliable and affordable high-speed fiber internet and voice solutions. That's why Iris Networks is your Tennessee communications partner. With internet speeds up to 100 gigs and work-from-anywhere solutions like mobile apps, video conferencing, and file sharing, we make sure you can stay connected to your customers and great communities we live and work in. Iris Networks, because just like you, Tennessee is our home.
Time for around the SEC. So hard not to pick Tennessee to win the whole deal. They're playing great. They're one of the best teams in college basketball. Right, I'm clicking that power T. You see me over here, Ben. Click, click, click. Tennessee over Villanova, Tennessee over Colorado State. Click, click. Advance, advance, advance. Oh, man, I'm such a VFL. Can't help it. All right, who we got? What we got for around the SEC?
The first 4 took place last night, or half of the first 4 took place last night. But you also had some SEC teams in action last night because the NIT began last night. And Vanderbilt, in the first round of the NIT, beat Belmont 82-71. Nice win there for Jerry Stackhouse and the Commodores. Belmont, a very talented basketball team, and Jordan Wright had 24 points as Vanderbilt beat Belmont 82-71 in the first round of the NIT. Texas A&M beat Alcorn State 74-62. The Aggies also win in the first round of the NIT. Tonight, you've got two more teams in action in the NIT, Mississippi State and Virginia on ESPN2 at 7. Virginia is 2.5-point favorites. And then Iona, Rick Pitino in Gainesville to take on the Gators with a 9 p.m. tip on ESPN2. Florida 6.5-point favorites. So little NIT action for you if you get bored. But that's what was going on in the world of SEC basketball yesterday. Elsewhere, Georgia offensive lineman Owen Condon entered the transfer portal. Not huge news there. He was a backup offensive lineman, but still enters the portal. Ole Miss head coach Kermit Davis, he's going to be back for another season after there was much speculation as to whether he would be back for another season. And
good move or not? Agree or disagree?
I kind of understood either or, and I'm perfectly okay with giving him an extra year, one more year. Ole Miss kind of banged up throughout the season, and I do think Kermit Davis is a heck of a basketball coach when it comes to the X's and O's, but can he take that next step? That is the question. You can get away with just being an X's and O's coach at a place like MTSU, but at a place like Ole Miss, you've got to do a little bit more. So I'm cool with Kermit Davis coming back. Are you?
Yeah. I remember we talked about it last week, and I felt like that Kermit Davis deserved another year because of all the injuries.
Yeah. So good for Kermit. And then the last thing I've got for you is some more Georgia football news, and that is that Darnell Washington has a lower leg injury and will miss spring. Kirby Smart told the media yesterday Georgia is already without Brock Bowers, who will miss the spring as he recovers from labrum surgery. So doesn't appear to be a huge deal. Appears to be just some spring cleanup that every football team has. For instance, Tennessee has some of that as well. I don't expect Kamal Hadden to do much of anything this spring because of some injury cleanup stuff, which is unfortunate because Kamal Hadden needs all the reps that he can get this spring because he could potentially be Tennessee's starting corner for next season. So Brock Bowers, I wouldn't read too much into him having labrum surgery. That is a significant surgery, but you see shoulder cleanups all the time this time of year, and I would think that that's what it is. And then Darnell Washington, there wasn't much more of an explanation other than he has a lower leg injury and he will miss the spring. So don't know if it's a typical spring cleanup as I'm talking about or if it's a more severe lower leg injury. But it appears Eric Gilbert is back in the fold at tight end for Georgia.
Oh, he want to play tight end now?
Yep. And apparently he's handling his business.
I believe when I see it.
Yep, but that's quite the tight end room if he is. Darnell Washington, Eric Gilbert, and Brock Bowers. Woo! Woo! There's a whole lot of talent in one room.
Oh, yeah, for sure. A whole lot of talent in the one room when they have a team meeting. Talent has not been an issue at all for Georgia and Kirby Smart. At all. I mean, they are loaded. No question about it. I do have something for around the SEC as well.
Please share.
And that is Buzz Williams. They won last night against Alcorn State, and he prepared a statement. It was a lengthy statement, but he commented on basically not being picked to be in the NCAA tournament. And Williams said that he spent hours poring over the data, trying to understand how those 12 SEC competition-only wins were not enough, while knowing that the 4 teams in the SEC that won more than the Aggies were awarded 4 seed or higher. He said his research also focused on the committee itself, its members, and how they were appointed. In other words, what committee selected the committee, the career paths, meeting frequency, and topics of discussion. Quote, I want to make sure that I studied it all with the lens they do so that I could better understand how what we did this season wasn't enough. I wanted this understanding so I could have an explanation for our players, their parents, and coaches, and be accountable in my relationship with each of them. After studying all of this nonstop the last 2 days and looking at it from every vantage point, it defies logic that we are not in the NCAA tournament. Despite repeated pleas, he said, he has been given no specific data, only generalities, but those of by those above him, causing him to lose all respect and faith in the system and those are in it. What has transpired is wrong. The process is obviously flawed. It is apparent that there is way more included that is unseen and unknown in the selection of the 36 at-large teams than what the public is made aware of. Until there is complete transparency and accountability, the system will stay broken, and this will continue to happen. Buzz Williams ain't playing, and I would feel the same way. You ask those players to give you everything that they have, and they did that. Now, you have to include the fact that Texas A&M went on an 8-game losing streak. But they played in the toughest conference in America. And they mowed through the competition late in the season. And I think the thing that's probably the most glaring here is the fact that A&M won more games than everyone in the SEC except for 4 teams.
And those 4 teams, who I imagine are Tennessee, Kentucky, Auburn, and Arkansas. I imagine those are the 4 teams that they did not win more games than.
And throw Tennessee in there.
I said Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my bad.
Yeah, all good in the hood. Like, those 4 teams are 4 of the best teams in the country.
and awarded 4 seed or higher.
Yeah. And one of the teams should have been a 2 seed as well. 3 of those 4 should have been 2 seeds. Those are the teams that A&M only didn't win more games than. Buzz Williams has every right to feel the way that he does. I would be livid if I were him. I would be livid because it just does not make sense. How can a selection committee whose sole job is to get it right get it so wrong? How? I mean, it's the same thing with Tennessee. And Tennessee ended up better off for it. But it's still just the principle of getting it right. Your job is to field the best teams 1 through 68, seed them properly, and they did not do that this year.
It's your job. It's your job. You have one job. And I'm sitting here watching Wyoming last night, and I'm like, yo, this team is not better than Texas A&M. How is this team more deserving than Texas A&M?
They're not. The one that really grinds my gears is Notre Dame. Notre Dame has no business being in the NCAA tournament. None. But again, I think, and I mentioned this earlier this week, I think it is a lack of respect for the SEC. I don't think people have wrapped their minds around the SEC being a basketball power. I don't think that the country and national media members and those outside of the SEC footprint have wrapped their mind around the SEC being dominant in basketball. It is still viewed as a football conference, and that is no longer the case. Is football the butter that butters the bread? Yes.
Always, yeah.
Always will be. First and foremost on the priority list and at the top of the totem pole. But the SEC has become an everything league. The SEC is dominant in football. The SEC is dominant in men's basketball, in women's basketball, in baseball, in softball, tennis, golf, track and field, everything the SEC is dominant in. Everything. And I think that there's still this stereotype that it's only a football league, especially when you just keep it to football and basketball. The SEC was arguably the best conference in college basketball this year. Arguably. And if you don't think it was the best league in the country by itself, at minimum, the SEC was 1A, 1B with the Big Ten. And the SEC got zero respect with how the teams were seeded and with A&M not making the NCAA tournament. I think that's the root of the issue is that people are not yet accepting the SEC as the dominant basketball conference that it has become. They think it's the conference of 10 to 15 years ago, and that is no longer the case. They think it's the conference of 7 years ago, and that is no longer the case. The SEC is as great as it's ever been in basketball, and quite frankly, it's here to stay.
I mean, how many times has the SEC won in the SEC Big 12 Challenge? And this is a challenge that goes on not in the beginning of the season where teams are trying to find themselves and they are nowhere close to being the same team mid-season or at this point of the season. But we see the ACC and I forgot if it's the ACC, the SEC. I know like Kentucky played Duke early in the season,
right.
But both teams are different right now. But the SEC and the Big 12, they played in the middle of the season. We played Texas, lost to Texas, but the SEC won 6-4. Last year, if I'm not mistaken, won the challenge. So the SEC has improved each and every year, and they've put people on notice. We're supposed to hate the SEC, other teams, but it's hard not to take up for Texas A&M in this case. It's hard not to. We're supposed to be happy when all SEC teams are struggling or not being successful, but this is different, man.
It's undeniable.
This is different. This is different for me.
It's undeniable.
Maybe because it's not football, but it's different. What's right is right, wrong is wrong. Those kids at Texas A&M, they poured their hearts out.
Right. And I think part of it is Tennessee doesn't have any beef with A&M.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not in basketball.
They haven't had any beef with anything A&M that I can think of off the top of my head.
No, not yet.
Not in football.
Not yet.
Baseball.
No, not yet.
I'm sure it'll come. So I'm sure that is playing into our emotions, and we wouldn't be talking about it as emphatically if it were Alabama or Florida or Kentucky.
If it was Alabama, we'd be like, man, blank them kids.
That's right.
Go home.
That's right.
Concentrate on your studies.
That's right.
You don't need basketball right now. You're going to be a pro in something else anyways. Most of y'all ain't going to play in professional basketball. Concentrate on your schoolwork.
But, I mean, even if this was one of those teams that we hate, it would still be undeniable that resume deserves to be in the NCAA tournament. It's as simple as that. That resume deserves to be in the NCAA tournament.
the truth is, if they'll do it to Texas A&M, who knows? They may do it to us. We may have a team that start off slow and figures it out like those guys, and we may be in that same position. So if it can happen to them, it can happen to anybody, and we are anybody. So you don't necessarily put a lot of weight into that because of what Rick Barnes has created here and the way that he has coached and recruited and developed. You don't think that Tennessee is going to be in a position where they are a bubble team and on the last 4 line to get in or last 4 to get out or be out, but it could happen. You just never know. Injuries and things like that, you just never know. It's kind of weird to see Olivier getting hurt and then like the team taking the next step. And it's not because Olivier got hurt and he was like a problem and the team just got better because he got hurt. It was the guards that took the game to the next level. But I think it's human nature if you are Olivier to be like, dang, man, wish I was out there with those boys. Man, they got better, and I'm not able to play.
Hey, Olivier was walking around last week at practice before they left for Tampa.
You think he's gonna try to play?
If they make it far enough, I think he will. Because, and I'm saying that based off of what Tennessee said at Rick's press conference after South Carolina when they announced that he was having surgery. The wording was based off when the injury is happening, it's unlikely that he returns this season. They didn't say he was out for the season. He just said it was unlikely that he returns, which makes me think if they were able to make it to the Final Four or really make it all the way, that maybe he would have a chance to play a couple of minutes at the end. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but I think that if he were definitively out for the year, that they would have said he was definitively out for the year at the time. They made it seem like if the injury had happened a month prior, then he wouldn't be out for the year. But based off of when he was having surgery and how much schedule was left, that he wouldn't be able to return.
2.5 weeks is the Final Four. So April
walking around.
April the 2nd.
I mean, I don't know how effective he would be, obviously, and I would not start him like you were before, and he would not play as much as he did before. But it would be cool to get him out there for a couple of minutes in the first half and maybe in the second half. But in a good way, Olivier Camois getting hurt did help Tennessee because it forced Rick Barnes to play some of those bigs that he was reluctant to play. And if Brandon Huntley-Hatfield and Jonas Adu don't get thrown in the fire, are they chipping in these last couple of games the way that they have? And I think, A, the answer is no. And B, I like Olivier. He was starting to play his best basketball, but Olivier as your only post player, I don't know that Tennessee reaches the point that it did and has if it's just Olivier producing. So in a way, I hate it for Olivier from a personal standpoint. Like, Tennessee finally wins the SEC tournament, and he wasn't able to be a part of it.
Stinks, man. Stinks.
It really does stink. And it's looking like he's not going to be able to be a part of the NCAA tournament run either. So I hate it for him, but in a way, it helped Tennessee.
I remember when I got hurt against Georgia, and we put up 50 points.
You were the problem.
I got hurt in the first quarter. I wasn't even part of the comeback. I had the biggest boo-boo face.
Was that the only time y'all scored 50 that year?
Yeah, I think so. But remember, we had the pump block for a touchdown, so I mean, they kind of offense necessarily didn't drop 50. We scored a lot of points, but I'm saying. But I had to I was happy, but I was kind of I couldn't play. It was weird. It was really, 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 really weird. But some Deer Island spray, Olivier. We can get you back out there. Hour 2 coming up.
Just because you can't call in doesn't mean that you have to sit on the sideline. Impact the show with a text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
In this day and age, the way we work is changing and evolving. Businesses still moving forward despite your work location changing and supply shortages affecting a number of different areas. Office furniture is not immune to the halt in the supply chain. This is why Office Furniture Outfitters has purchased desks, chairs, and tables in bulk to provide you with in-stock options for your place of business, no matter if it's in an office building or at your house. Office Furniture Outfitters is the local supplier for Herman Miller, and they keep Aeron chairs in stock. They will come to your office, lay out, and make recommendations. No project is too big or too small. You can visit them on location at 17th Street and Grand Avenue in the Fort Sanders area, or online at ofonox.com, or give them a call at 865-524-3003. Office Furniture Outfitters, providing East Tennessee's biggest selection and best value for office furniture since 1995.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain Event.
Hey there, Swain Event fam. I've been thinking about other ways I can assist you with the real estate world. As you know, it's not just about buying, selling, and investing in new property today. It's also being a resource when you need a contractor or roofer, or maybe you need a real estate attorney to assist with probate questions, or maybe you have a family member in Alabama that needs a realtor to help them sell their home and get the heck out of there and back to Tennessee. All of these things and more are in my wheelhouse. So give me a call, Jennifer Morris, 865-257-7897, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. And go Vols!
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Denim Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Man, I think we got to write this one down, man. Touchdown turnover and save it for later. This is about Tennessee football recruiting and what they will do in this class. There's some momentum that's brewing. Tennessee ain't even got a commitment yet. And there's all this momentum and energy. Positive energy. Do you think the positive energy for Tennessee football will result in Tennessee signing two 5-star players in the 2023 class. Touchdown turnover, Tennessee will sign two 5-star players in the 2023 class. We are writing it down March the 16th, 2022, 8:06 a.m. March the 16th. We're going to put it on the board. Put it on the board. Will Tennessee sign two 5 stars?
Turnover. I think they get Nico. I think Nico will be a Vol as of today, as of March 16th. But
you don't think he commits today? You're just saying as of today, you think Tennessee will get him?
Correct.
Gotcha. You gotta be careful talking about Nico, man. People be trying to put stuff together and.
No, I'm aware.
You gotta be careful, man.
But aside from Nico, there's really only one 5-star that Tennessee is after currently, and that is Carnell Tate.
Let's go, Carnell Tate. He gonna be on campus here soon.
And Carnell Tate did release his top 5 last night.
Tennessee's in there.
Was in his top 5, but I still, at this point, would be surprised if he did not go to Ohio State or Notre Dame. So maybe Nico changes that. Nico, I think if and when he commits, would pursue guys like Carnell Tate, and that would be at the top of his to-do list. If you're Nico, why would it not be? So maybe we need to reevaluate this after Nico commits, if Nico commits. But as of right now, I say turnover, mainly because they're not after a ton of 5 stars. They're after a ton of highly ranked 4 stars and 4 stars in general. But Nico and Carnell Tate are kind of the two 5 stars. There's another one, Vic Burley, the defensive lineman from Georgia, who really does like Tennessee. I think Tennessee is going to have a chance there, but I'm not willing to say that I necessarily feel good about their chances, especially today. He's from Warner Robins High School. Again, he loves Rodney Gardner. His relationship with Rodney Gardner is one of the reasons why he's so high on the Vols, and I don't even think that technically he is a 5-star at the moment. We can check here. He is on 247. Well, he is in the composite. 247 doesn't have him as a 5-star in their own rankings. They have him as the number 22 overall player in the country, though, so maybe they just haven't given out a 5-star just yet. So I would consider Vic Burley a 5-star. He's kind of the other 5-star that Tennessee is after. And again, I do think Rodney Gardner will give Tennessee a chance on Rivals. He's a 4-star, but I say turnover just mainly because of they're not after a lot, and the other two, aside from Nico, they're in a solid spot with them, but they're not in a spot with them like they are with Nico. And as of today, I would be surprised if Vic Burley or Carnell Tate ended up at Tennessee, but who knows? Again, if Carnell or if Nico gets in the boat, maybe all that changes.
Benjamin Thomas McKee, March the 16th, 8:10 a.m.
You're a homer.
What? What are you talking about? What's up, Ben? What's wrong, man? You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay?
I'm great.
I'm not finished, nor am I done. Let me finish, Ben. Show some manners. As of 10:11 now, you interrupted me.
10:11?
It's almost 10:11.
Almost 10:11. Got 2 hours and a minute to go before it's 10:11.
It's almost 8:11, excuse me. As of 8:11 now, You distracted me and interrupted me.
My bad.
I'm going to go touchdown.
Homer.
Here's the reason why, Ben.
Because you're a homer. That's the reason why.
That's not the reason why.
That is the reason why.
That's not the reason why.
Homer. Hashtag Homer.
I mean, I am technically.
Hashtag Sunshine Pumper.
Technically, I am at home.
Sunshine Pumper with your orange-colored sunglasses on. Misleading the people.
I left them in the car.
I can't.
Here's my reason. Not because I think Tennessee's going to get Cardinal Tate. Check out my reasoning, though. There's a new recruiting service in the game. That recruiting service is on 3. That would make ESPN, Rivals, 247 Sports, and on 3. That would make 4. Last year, Tennessee did sign a 5-star, according to On 3, and that was James Pierce. If Tennessee is doing that in Heupel's first season, before the NIL game is turned on its head, before Tennessee and Spire, who are two separate entities, right, Ben? Two separate entities. Before Spire has generated the momentum that they have currently right now, if Tennessee was able to get a 5-star last year, I'm just saying, at least one of those recruiting services will have a player that Tennessee is going to sign as a 5-star outside of Nico, and I think Nico has Tennessee right there at the top. That's why I'm saying touchdown. Simply because James Pierce was one this season, and that at least one of the services will have a 5-star going to Tennessee. Remember, there's only one service that had Harrison Bailey as a 5-star, and everyone called Harrison Bailey a 5-star.
Yep.
Everyone referred to Harrison Bailey as a 5-star, even though 247 didn't refer to him as a 5-star, even though ESPN did not refer to him as a 5-star. We need to refer to James Pierce as a 5-star. The same way. Because a recruiting service that was built, the same person who built 2 other recruiting services is now building a 3rd with some of the same guys. So that's why I'm going touchdown. Not because Tennessee is in, top of the charts for Cardinal Tate or anyone else, but I just assume, hey, man, at least one of the services will rank one of the guys a 5-star outside of Nico. So that's why I'm going touchdown. Am I still a homer?
Yes.
Correct. I am a homer. But I do have homework that I think makes sense. At least I'm backing it up. I'm not just saying just because I'm a homer.
Makes total sense, and I agree with you. If Tennessee is to get 2 5-stars in the class, I think it'll be that type of situation to where one recruiting service is an outlier and or a recruit gets a bump that maybe we're not expecting. Like Caleb Herring is somebody I expect to ultimately be a Vol, and he is a top 100 player. I don't know if he would climb high enough to become a 5-star, but who knows? Maybe a situation like On 3 ranks him a 5-star, because I want to say at this point in the recruiting cycle, Caleb Herring has more buzz to his name than James Pierce did to his name at this time last year, and James Pierce ended up a 5-star, and it seemed that throughout the recruiting process, just comparing the two, people think more highly of Caleb Herring than James Pierce, so maybe he gets a bump to a 5-star at some point. Maybe On 3 wants to give Caleb Herring a 5-star like they did James Pierce, so if they do end up with 2 5-stars, I think that's the more likely situation, that somebody gets a bump by the time things are all said and done than a Cardinal Tate or a Vic Burley getting in the boat. But again, like I said, maybe that changes with Nico. I think if you land Nico, Tennessee is already turning heads in recruiting with NIL. You pair NIL with a 5-star quarterback that is capable of changing your program, and guys like Cardinal Tate, who already really like Tennessee and think highly of Tennessee, there's even more incentive to go to Tennessee.
Vic Burley right now. Do it again. It's crystal ball to go to Clemson. You want to know who crystal balled him to go to Clemson? Huh? Steve Whitfrom, 247, with a 6 confidence level. You know who crystal balled Nico Iamaleava to go to Oregon? Not too long ago, Ben?
Steve Wiltfong.
Man, he also had him going to Oregon. Had to change his crystal ball on Nico. Last time I checked, Nico is crystal ball by the same dude who crystal ball him to go to Oregon. He is now crystal ball by that same guy to Tennessee. In Tennessee right now, and Clemson looks like they're in a battle. You know Georgia's going to be in it. They want to be. But Rodney Gardner is recruiting Vic Burley. Clemson. Clemson ain't ready for this when it comes to the NIL game. Dabo's lost it. He's lost it. He don't have the same recruiting prowess. He don't have the same things to sell as what Tennessee can sell right now. Yeah, you won a couple championships. But Dabo's put his foot in his mouth way too many times. Way too many times. So I like Tennessee's chances battling with Clemson up until signing day. Because we got Rodney Garner. And you saw how Rodney Garner closed this season. So, yeah, I think Tennessee at some point will get another 5-star. I think Tennessee's going to get 2 5-stars in this class. They may not be on 5 stars on the same recruiting site, but I think between 4, Tennessee will get 2 5-stars. So I'm going touchdown. Touchdown, Tennessee.
What about 2 bona fide consensus 5-stars?
What does that mean? How's that any different?
I think it is significantly different.
Like on multiple sites?
Yes.
So like Nico's a 5-star.
Like Nico is a consensus bona fide 5-star across the board.
Yeah, see, I ain't say all that. I don't know.
I
don't know.
What?
Man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a yes or no question, not a him and hee-hawing question.
No. Where's Vic Burley? Where is he on?
I don't know how the
Rivals.
composite. He's not a 5 or he's a 4-star, like ranked 50th. So I don't understand how Vic Burley, unless ESPN, which I pay zero attention to ESPN's recruiting rankings.
Listen, I forget that ESPN's covered recruiting. I really do.
They have like one person in Tom Luganbill. So I guess if
ESPN has him as a 4-star.
Okay, then I don't know how the composite has him as a 5-star.
Somebody math messed up.
On 3, have him as a 5-star?
On 3 must have him as a 6-star. If he's a 4-star and everywhere else.
He's 4-star. So
where do you get this 5-star from?
How are you a 5-star on the composite?
What? What are we doing 247?
That does not make sense. On the On3 consensus, their version of the composite, he's a 4-star.
What are we doing?
I think 247 needs to check their algorithm Something ain't right there. He's a 4-star on every publication.
But the composite says he's a 5-star.
And the composite, for those who are unaware, is supposed to add them all up and spit out the average.
So is there like a 5th recruiting site that has him as a 7-star?
If there is, I don't think it's a recruiting site that 247 would consider in its model.
Make it make sense.
The On3 consensus has him as a 4-star and the number 44 overall player in the country. So I mean, he could get a bump.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense, please.
On3 also predicts him to go to Clemson. 82% of the predictions.
Hey, everybody predicted Nico to go to Oregon, and
right now there was one person that predicted him to go to Oregon. Right now, everybody's predicting him to go to Tennessee.
I'm just saying things change.
Yeah, they do.
Things.
I'll be surprised if he gets out of the state of Georgia. That's how it'll change. Look, he loves Rodney Garner, but I would be surprised. As of today,
we'll see. We'll see. Rodney Garner and the momentum that we have right now. Let's call it resources. How about we call it resources?
Georgia has resources.
We won't call it NIL. All right, hey, I understand that. But maybe he's a kid that's like, man, all I hear is Georgia all the time. And I want something different.
Yeah.
There's going to be kids like that.
Clemson, apparently. Who, by the way, just finished
maybe it's close to home.
With a top 10 class and 2 5-stars, a
Clemson
top 10 player with a quarterback.
Clemson is close to Warner Robins, but so is Knoxville. Clemson has done a good job recruiting Atlanta, but Knoxville's close too. Vic.
Come on, Victor.
We got you.
Come on, Vic.
I'm going touchdown, man. I think Tennessee's going to get 2 5-stars. 2 5-stars. 865-255-03. Be right back.
The conversation doesn't stop when the show is over. Follow the Swain Event on Twitter and like the show on Facebook.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at NobodyTrashesTennessee.com. When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work from anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the MN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
I know missing the show live is a bummer, but don't fret. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Awesome!
Eight 255-03, Irish Networks Hotline. Hour 2 is brought to you by Action 247. 50% deposit bonus up to $800 simply using the promo code Swain Event. That is Action 247, local legal sportsbook, Tennessee's only legal sportsbook. Action 247. Ben McKee, Jason Swain. Swain Event fueled by Denim Barbecue. Are we worried about losing Caleb Herring to Georgia? There are some UGA punks around here that said he committed to UGA.
No.
VFL 99 is James Pierce, an early enrollee. Keep it going, Ben.
No.
What does Carnell Tate think of the wide receiver coach hire?
Good things.
Let's see if I can find another question where you can say no. Oh, here's another one. Negaval Ben.
Realistic Ben.
Supposed to say no.
I don't pump false hope.
I just told you my reasoning.
I'm not saying you are. I think it's logical reasoning, and I think that that can certainly happen. When you asked the question, I was thinking 5-star across the board. Consensus 5-star.
Are you accusing me of tricking you?
Yes.
Deceiving you? I would never do that, Ben.
Well, I don't think you tricked me or deceived me. It's just I had a different interpretation to the question than your answer to your own question.
And it's all good. It's all good.
When it comes to consensus, bona fide 5 stars, I think Tennessee will land 1. Nico Iamaleava.
There you go, Ben. You're rolling with that last name now. We said that we'll start saying his name right when it gets serious.
That's right.
couple months ago, we was calling him, I'm going to leave you.
No, we were calling him Nico. Not
Just,
even trying the last name.
You're right about that. Real D from the 423 says, if I win the challenge, Ben has to do a rap battle with Andy.
Real D from the 423 is obsessed with me. Every single day, he is putting something on the text box of, if this or that happens, Ben has to do this, Ben has to do that. Every day it's something different. If this happens, I'll buy Ben a Grizzlies jersey. If this happens, I'll buy Ben a ticket to the Grizzlies game. If this happens, Ben has to do this. If that happens, Ben has to do a rap battle with Andy. Every single day there's something on the text box from D about something he wants me to do if something happens.
I mean, he's looking for an excuse to buy you something, man. Sounds like.
I think he should just do it anyways.
I mean, I agree. I agree with you. But that's what it sounds like he is doing. D, sounds like you just need to cash out my man a couple of dollars so he can get himself a Grizzlies jersey. Since you want to do it already. What's your cash out, Ben?
I don't have cash out. But my Venmo is Ben McKee 14.
Yeah, man, Venmo's been some money. Sounds like you want to do it anyway.
I need to set up that tip jar on Twitter. You know, you can set up
forgot about that.
Somebody to tip you on social media, and
I forgot about that.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I haven't set that up. So
I
should tell you how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean I haven't either, which should tell you how I ultimately feel about it.
Vol fan says Tennessee would beat Villanova. This was a message from early in the show. They have won every revenge game they have played this year and won it easily. Tennessee's not the same team that played Villanova in November. Kennedy was playing like a freshman during that game. He is not playing like that now. Oh, I 100% agree, Vol fan. 100% agree. Brad says, did you guys hear Candace Parker throwing shade at Kentucky last night? Love it. I probably missed that part, but I did not miss Candace Parker being the best analyst on the panel yesterday. She was the best. She was the best. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about Rex Chapman's outfit yesterday. I think he was clean. I think the glasses were a little too much.
I didn't see it.
Oh, he was clean now.
I was watching Tennessee baseball and Tony Vitello pick up career win number 150.
150. Tony's coming, Delmonico. He's coming. He's gonna be a lifer here. He's gonna get that record. You watch. You watch. Coach Vol says if Tennessee gets multiple 5 stars, Ben has to buy a Trubisky jersey. Ooh, I like that one.
I'm not buying a Trubisky jersey. I'm just not doing it. If somebody wants to buy it for me, I will wear it with disgrace. I don't want to wear a Mitchell Trubisky jersey. So if D wants to buy me a Mitchell Trubisky jersey, then I'll wear it. I'm not spending my own money on a Mitchell Trubisky jersey. Just not happening.
This is what we can do. Once Trubisky picks number 7, we can take your Roethlisberger jersey. We can.
I don't have a Roethlisberger jersey.
What kind of Steelers fan are you?
A Troy Polamalu fan. That's the jersey
right,
I have.
All right, so we can take your Troy Polamalu jersey. Trubisky can be number 4 or number 3. We can X out one of the numbers. We can print out Trubisky. I got a nice printer upstairs, my wife's office, and we can pin it on the back of the jersey like our young Tennessee fan did from Florida before Vol Nation got behind him and sent him a bunch of gear. That's what we can do. Help you save money, and you can support your new quarterback.
No, I'm not supporting him because he's trash. I'm not supporting a move that was terrible. I'm not going to support a trash decision. The only thing more trash than Trubisky was the decision to go get him. That was an even more trashier decision.
Real D says, send me the address, Swain. Mitch jersey gonna be on the way. Yeah, D. Holla at me, D. Shoot me an email. I'll give you our address, and that way, whenever the Trubisky jerseys are on sale, we'll get one to Ben.
My next Steelers jersey is going to be Jerome Bettis or TJ Watt. And I've said this before in the show. I liked Big Ben, but for a quarterback that played 2 decades with one organization, brought me 2 Super Bowls, I didn't feel the way about Big Ben the way that you would assume that I felt. Like with his resume, you would think that I felt the way about him like I do Derek Jeter or John Morant or somebody like that, and I just don't. I didn't dislike Big Ben, but I just didn't love him or was head over heels for him like I was a Chris Lofton growing up or an Eric Berry or Troy Polamalu or Jerome Bettis. Those have kind of been my favorites. Hines Ward was my favorite when he was playing, along with Troy Polamalu and Jerome Bettis. Now it's T.J. Watt's my favorite Steeler. I like Big Ben, still like Big Ben. I never loved him the way that you would think a fan of a team with that Hall of Fame quarterback would love him.
Yeah.
So I did have a Ben Roethlisberger jersey as a kid, back when I was in middle school. My parents got me one.
Where is it?
That
back home in Alabama?
At my parents' home, yes. We still may have it, possibly, because I guess you could say collected jerseys. I mean, that was the thing to do in middle school was
no doubt
was wear jerseys. So I had all sorts of jerseys. I had a Brian Urlacher jersey. I had an Eli Manning jersey, Peyton Manning jersey, and I had a lot of Colts jerseys, honestly. I had Marvin Harrison, Dwight Freeney, Troy Polamalu, Hines Ward, Jerome Bettis, Ben Roethlisberger. I had a red Jeremy Shockey jersey. My parents never and still don't really have a favorite team like I do with the Steelers. They just kind of follow the team that the former Vols, the VFLs, are on. So they were with the Colts and Peyton, and then they were with the Broncos and Peyton, and they also, because of Peyton, liked Eli. So that's how I ended up with the Jeremy Shockey jersey, because
Gotcha.
we somewhat pulled for the Giants because we liked Eli because of Peyton.
Gotcha.
Now their team, with the quotation marks, is the Saints because my mom loves Alvin. So they don't really have a team that they particularly follow. It's just more about following the VFLs that they really liked while they were at Tennessee.
Gotcha.
So that's how I kind of ended up with Jeremy Shockey and Eli Manning and all those Colts jerseys.
Jeremy Shockey played in Miami.
He did. Okay. But I don't know. I don't know how I ended up with a Jeremy Shockey jersey. I liked my Brian Urlacher jersey. I like Brian Urlacher, and the Bears have pretty sweet jerseys. But I had a classic MJ Bulls jersey. That's the one that I wish I could somehow grow the size of it to where I could fit into it as an adult. Because that, aside from the Grizzlies unis, I mean, that is by far my favorite NBA jersey. The 90s Bulls with the script red. Well, the letters were in black, but the red Bulls jersey with the script Chicago across the front.
Yep. The black pinstripe, the black jersey with the red pinstripes. That's a classic too.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the phones.
Got Dave Tony.
Dave Tony, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
All right, Swain. I'm going to have to help Ben. I'm going to have to give him some advice.
All right, give Ben some advice.
Benjamin.
Yes.
Number one, I am your senior.
Yes.
Number two, I am the number one Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
Have you always been a Steelers fan your entire life?
Swain, don't start.
I mean, it's a fair question.
It's a fair question. Your entire life.
You're going to lead into the Georgia Bowl crap.
It's a fair question. You brought that on yourself, to be fair.
If you weren't, then I apologize, but I know that's where you're going. Yes, when you're born and raised in Pittsburgh, you don't leave the hospital unless you, on your birth certificate, you are a Steeler fan for life. Okay? Now, I'm going to give you a little history, Ben. You're talking about Big Ben.
Answer the question, though.
And how I did.
Okay.
He did actually.
Make sure.
Yeah, I said yes.
All
you
right.
don't leave the hospital unless you're a Steeler fan for life.
Okay. All right.
So you said you wasn't like overly ecstatic with Big Ben and you know the way that you would think with his career and everything like that. Well, there was a guy that led the Steelers to greatness, and his name was Terry Bradshaw, Hall of Fame quarterback. A lot of people in Pittsburgh wasn't head over heels about Terry Bradshaw either. And it's, you know, I don't know if it was because he made so many knucklehead decisions that people just assumed that he was going, you know, instead of making a good play, he was going to, my mom used to say, he's the best quarterback to throw to the other team that we have. So I understand your thought process on that because Terry Bradshaw was not as well liked as a Pittsburgh Steeler as a lot of people think that he might have been. Now, the Mitchell Trubisky thing, Ben, I'm just going to lay it out to you as straight and narrow and truthful as I possibly can. We've talked, you've talked, you do not want to see Mason Rudolph as the starting quarterback next year. Guess what? Neither do I. Do I want Mitchell Trubisky? I want Mitchell Trubisky more than I want Mason Rudolph to cause Coach Mike Tomlin his first losing season, because that's exactly where Mason Rudolph is going to take us. We at least have an option of somebody that we may not both 100% want, but we have an option that may 100% keep Mason Rudolph off the field. And the one thing about Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh never makes big splash hits, even in the draft. The Steelers will take somebody that nobody's even heard of and turn them into a Hall of Famer. And you just have to, with Mitchell Trubisky, you just have to trust, because the Pittsburgh Steelers are the number one team probably all time with player development. And we just have to trust them on bringing him in. Is he the big splash that we wanted? No, he's not. But he's going to keep Mason Rudolph off the field, and I think he gives us a better chance than Coach Tomlin not having his first losing season. And it's hard to be a Steeler fan a lot of time because they, you know, they don't do. Tell you what, man, they usually, more times than not, do the right thing. So I hope that gives you a little insight about being the number one Pittsburgh Steeler fan.
Ben, you taking notes?
I did take notes and
I
appreciate.
don't see your pen and paper.
I took mental notes. I appreciate Dave Toner for the phone call, and I do agree that Mitchell Trubisky is better than Mason Rudolph. But the reality of the situation is that the Steelers at the quarterback position went from old dog crap to fresh dog crap. Old dog crap.
It's not nice.
Is ugly. It stinks. It's nasty. New dog crap is a little bit shinier. Got a nice looking coat, a better looking coat than old dog crap. That's what the Steelers did. Mason Rudolph is the old dog crap from yesterday that you didn't pick up, that is all crusty and burnt now. Looks like charcoals. That's Mason Rudolph. And all the Steelers did was catch the other crap coming out the dog and put it as the starting quarterback. That's all they did. Mason Rudolph is trash. Mitchell Trubisky is trash. His one little season in Buffalo isn't going to change the fact that he's trash. So, yes, I do agree that he is better than Mason Rudolph. But that's not saying much. That's not saying much. That's like going from Jarrett Garantano to Joe Milton. He's better than JG, I think. I don't know.
He ain't beat Auburn.
JG had more success than Joe Milton. It's a stupid decision. It's a stupid decision. I appreciate them bringing in somebody other than Mason Rudolph to be the quarterback, but it doesn't move the needle. Mason Rudolph is old, crusty dog crap. Mitchell Trubisky is new, fresh dog crap that has steam coming off of it.
Where's your Josh Dobbs jersey?
I don't have one. I almost bought one, but I decided to spend that money on a Troy Polamalu jersey.
I mean, can't really fault you there. John K says, I'm keeping this podcast bookmarked for when Ben starts cheering for Mitch this season. Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to cheer for him. I want him to do well. I just don't think he will do well.
Bulldog Brian says, Ben sounds like butthurt UGA fans last year that didn't want Stetson Bennett to be the starting quarterback. I love this, man.
The difference is that I have an actual reason to be butthurt, and Georgia fans do not have an actual reason to be butthurt.
I love this. 865-255-03. Dave Toner schooling you, man. Dave Toner schooling you. Hey, listen to Dave Toner. Dropping knowledge on your head, Ben. Someone said that, of course, you like Brian Urlacher because you grew up to look like him. Bald head and all. You don't look like Brian Urlacher.
Yep, that's what I look like, Brian Urlacher.
You don't look anything like Brian Urlacher.
Well, he's just making a bald joke, which is...
You got fuzz up there.
Which is... That's right. I'm not completely bald yet. I'm just almost bald, and even at bald, I still look better than downtown Vol, so it's all good.
Is it a bad time to remind you that your dad has perfect hair?
No. It don't bother me.
He has like Jimmy Johnson hair. It's perfect.
People won't believe me, but I honestly don't think bald people look bad. So I know people like to make fun of bald people. And yes, I would prefer to have hair, obviously, but it's not like bald people are just the ugliest people on the planet.
No, man, they're beautiful.
Yeah, I'm buff, balded, and bearded, baby. Triple B. Print the shirts.
We'll go back to the phones after this. I need to recover.
Pulling the babes.
The conversation doesn't stop when the show is over. Follow the Swain Event on Twitter and like the show on Facebook.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at nobodytrashestennessee.com. When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street,
Brand, strategy, design.
More and more Tennessee businesses are switching to Iris Networks for reliable, local, high-quality, high-speed business fiber internet. Iris provides direct internet access from 10 megs to 10 gigs with no payments for 90 days. Iris also offers next-generation business phones with work-from-anywhere capability from the mobile or laptop app. With local sales, support, and service, Iris is a partner in the community. Learn more at irisnetworkusa.com or call 865-448-IRIS. Iris Networks, a Tennessee business connecting Tennessee businesses.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at GarzaLaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do, though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself, but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the MN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
I know missing the show live is a bummer, but don't fret. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Awesome!
Get to the phones. Let's bring in DR Vol on the Irish Networks hotline. 90 days, no payment for business internet. Good morning, Daniel.
I think that's the next guy. I just, during the break, I just been picturing young Sheldon trying to pick out a jersey for grade school.
Honestly, I didn't pick a lot of them out. My mom, they were like Christmas gifts.
I remember those days, man.
From the parents and Santa.
Yeah. I had some old Titans jersey. I remember we even got, my grandma had some kind of sewing machine where you could just put something in and it would sew it for you. So I had about 10 different Michael Jordan things, just some random stuff, too. It could be like a Carhartt shirt, and she put 23 on it for me.
I had an Eddie George jersey.
My brother had that. I had a Frank Wycheck, and then I can't remember who the other guy was.
Steve McNair?
It might have been McNair, which he's my all-time favorite quarterback till the day I die. Now, Brian Urlacher, didn't he get hair plugs?
Yes.
I know he played ball headed, and then when he stopped playing, after getting older, he had a full head of hair.
He did the Jason Witten, or Jason Witten did the Brian Urlacher, one of the two.
Yeah. Well, you think that CTE kind of cleared up and helped his hair grow?
How dare you?
Swain, I'm just letting you know that I've been praying for you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. You are a real friend.
Yeah, I am.
I need them.
Not only because I love and appreciate you, but because of that Sweet 16 matchup I'm hoping we get.
Loyola?
Yep.
I really hope Tennessee plays Loyola Chicago.
Man, I want that more than a winning lottery ticket. Can you imagine the memes coming out and Swain's notifications?
I'm ready for it.
It's going to be like that gif of the guy pulling out the sword and the entire army running at him.
I'm ready for it.
It's going to be Swain versus the internet.
I'm ready for Sarah Spain to bring that smoke. I got some smoke for her back.
So you want all the smoke?
I want all the smoke. I'm like Penny Hardaway. I want all the smoke.
You need to be more like John Morant and climb up the chimney to get all the smoke.
I'm ready for it.
You run up the chimney.
I'm ready for all the smoke, like Santa. Let's go.
Don't y'all think it would be fitting to play them, though? Because it seems like this year we're just kind of exercising some demons with winning the tournament, finally beating Will Wade, Bruce Pearl, and let's get past Sister Jean while we're at it.
Already have 2 Super Bowl wins this year.
I know. Isn't that amazing, man? I mean, Rick Barnes got more Super Bowls than Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers together.
That's right.
And Mitch Trubisky.
That was.
And the Bears' entire organization.
Oh, yeah, that too. I say exercise all the demons. That special they had last night, I'm not going to lie, I teared up, man. That was awesome, especially, and Ben, when your little one gets here, you'll see it even more. But, when he's hugging his grandkids, it gets you emotional.
It does. It does. I mean, Rick Barnes trying to hold back the smile, trying to be a tough guy, and his players are like, no. Go ahead and smile.
It's really cool to see that relationship.
I love Zakai. Everybody's emotional, and he's just over there with the swag. And, I think that guy would fight Andre the Giant if he had to.
Oh, he would. It was cool. Oh, I can't remember which game it was this weekend. I think it was Mississippi State. And Zakai Ziegler got switched on to one of the post players. I think it was Tolu Smith from Mississippi State. He got switched on him defensively, and they were trying to get the ball into the post to Tolu Smith because Mississippi State had a matchup advantage. They had this big old post player on 5'9", Zakai Ziegler, and Zakai Ziegler did a great job of fronting the post and denying the ball. He kept working it and getting in front of Tolu Smith and denying the basketball, and Mississippi State could not get the ball into the block and into the post to Tolu Smith because Zakai Ziegler 2 times on one possession managed to get in front of him and deny the ball. And that just tells you all you need to know about Zakai Ziegler.
He's just so freaking likable, guys. I have my Mount Rushmore of favorite basketball players, Wayne Chisholm, Brian Williams on there. Not saying they were the best, but just who I enjoyed watching play. When Zakai's done here, I believe he'll be on everybody's Mount Rushmore.
Sounds like something somebody was saying back in January.
The guy that wears the jerseys. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's so freaking fun. I think some of it is he's just so little, and it's kind of like you heard the comparison. I heard it a few years ago. LeBron James and Steph Curry. Like, not everybody can be 6'8", but there's regular guys like Steph Curry that can work on their shot, and that's how Zakai is. I mean, he's as tall as my fiance is.
Well,
he is a little dude.
It's that and the expectations as well. Like,
yeah.
It right now, like, people like Kennedy, really like Kennedy. They do. And Kennedy's had a better overall season than Zakai, but people love Zakai more because of what the expectations were coming into the season of this kid getting an offer in July, not being ranked, and he comes in and is very productive. And you just automatically fall in love with somebody like that, on top of him being 5'9" and having this tremendous heart and this tenacity on the floor and kind of knowing his backstory. And Kennedy Chandler comes in as the 5-star, #1 point guard in the country, potential first-round pick, and he puts up a great season, and it's just kind of, okay, cool, kind of ho-hum.
Zakai's more relatable, I think, for fans because not everyone's going to come in as the #1 player at their position or have all the hype behind their name. Most of us are underdogs, so I think Zakai is more relatable in that way. But both players are amazing. It's easy to compare them, but I try not to compare them because when people do that, They try to make it seem like one is better than the other or one is more valuable than the other. And both are very, very valuable. And both are the reason why we are in the position that we're in, along with other players too. But I think Ben was right when he said that Zakai, when he leaves here, is going to be one of the most popular Tennessee basketball players of all time. Ben finally had a point. That was correct.
I have points all the time that are correct.
That's debatable, not according to message boards. But, to have a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you got to have peanut butter, you got to have jelly, and that's how those two are. And I'll tell you another guy, and I'll hop off here, but we always talk about the development, Barnes' development of players like, Grant and Admiral. I think you got to put Triple J up there, man, because I don't know if he shouldn't have been our MVP for the SEC tournament. I will hop off here. I am just hoping and praying and pleading that we get a Sister Jean versus Father Fulmer matchup in Sweet 16. Have a good night.
For that to happen, they would have to beat Ohio State, and then they would have to beat, more than likely, Villanova.
Well, the good news is the way that Vol fan talked about Villanova earlier on the text box and the way that you talked about Villanova, that'd be no issue for Loyola Chicago.
Villanova good. I don't see Loyola Chicago doing that though. I don't see them getting out in the first round. I'm picking against them.
Yeah, please do that so that they do end up upsetting Villanova and Tennessee does get that chance.
I want to see them, man.
I really want to see them too, and it stinks because they have a different coach now, Porter Moses at Oklahoma. Those players, crap league.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
He's not there, but Sister Jean's still there.
She's still there.
Sarah Spain's still there. Y'all gonna catch these hands. I don't care if you're a 107-year-old grandma. You gonna get these hands. You got me, Sister Jean?
Oh man,
you're gonna be little girl Jean after this matchup.
Stop. Mess around and play him and lose to him. Then it'll be your fault.
It'll be all right.
865-255-03. Be right back.
Just because you can't call in doesn't mean that you have to sit on the sideline. Impact the show with a text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Denim Barbecue is a no-brainer when you are craving the smoky flavor of quality Q. Dead End makes it easy to enjoy their fantastic menu with online ordering from Chow Now for pickup. Or if you don't feel like leaving the house, then have Dead End Barbecue delivered right to your door by Loco Knoxville or Bite Squad. Cheer on your favorite team with the best barbecue around. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com. Dead End Barbecue. The search is over.
Litter is a big problem in Tennessee, but together we can do big things. We can make our cities, our waterways, our roads cleaner and safer. The Tennessee Department of Transportation is committed to reducing litter in our communities, but we need your help to do it. There are over 100 million pieces of litter in our roads at any given time, and it costs TDOT about $19 million a year just to clean it up. The first step to keeping Tennessee beautiful is to rally behind these 3 simple words. Nobody trashes Tennessee. Join the Nobody Trashes Tennessee movement at nobodytrashestennessee.com. Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. Firms from Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham have stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local law firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. They are our neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm, let us help. JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. Attaboy is brought to you by Made in Tennessee Business Fiber Internet from Iris Networks. Find business solutions for you at irisnetworksusa.com.
Highlighting positivity thanks to Iris Networks, business, internet, and voice. irisnetworksusa.com. Let's highlight some good work. Let's highlight and give someone some flowers this morning. Where are you going for today's Attaboy, Ben?
I have two quick ones before we get to the phone. I am going to Houston, Texas.
H-Town.
Town I never have any desire to go back. But I'm giving a UFC fighter an attaboy, Kevin Holland, because Kevin Holland was at a sushi restaurant when a gunman opened fire with 40 to 50 people inside, and 3 men immediately took the gunman down, subdued him, and took his gun away. And Kevin Holland, this UFC fighter, was one of them. And obviously the other 2 men get an attaboy. I'm not trying to exclude them, but this is the second time that this Kevin Holland has done this. Back in October, he took down a car thief. So a little bit different of a situation. But Kevin Holland, this UFC fighter's out here stopping crime. He's a real-life superhero.
He really is, man.
Real-life Superman, Batman. So attaboy to him. It says that this 24-year-old fired a single shot into the ceiling shortly before 11:30 p.m. When officers arrived, he was already in custody, but not by authorities. He was being held by customers. One of the men said he saw him aiming at the ceiling, and I just reacted. That man, who wishes to remain anonymous, quickly jumped into action as the incident unfolded. I tackled him to the ground. I kind of kneeled him in the wrist so he couldn't use his hands. And then other diners rushed in to keep him contained and take the gun away. So huge attaboy to those 3 Samaritans right there. Also want to give an attaboy to Tennessee baseball, taking care of business last night. Tony Vitello picks up career win number 150. Career win number 150. Last week, he moved into 4th place on the all-time wins record at Tennessee, and now he's a couple of games behind Dave Serrano, who is in 3rd place. And he has several games to go before he reaches the top of the list, because Rod Delmonico won 699 games at Tennessee. So Tony Vitello has a ways to go before he catches the Tennessee baseball GOAT at the moment. And I agree with what Swain said earlier. I think one day, assuming that Tony remains at Tennessee for a long time, which I do think that he will, I also think that he will one day pass the career wins record set by Rod Delmonico. And because of how young Tony is, I mean, he has the chance to win a whole lot more games than 699.
He's going to be the Coach K.
Yeah, Coach K, Pat Summitt.
That's right.
So that would be really cool. Want to highlight some individual players real quick. Want to give Trey Lipscomb an attaboy because he was tremendous last night and was the reason Tennessee's offense scored 7 runs. He hit a 2-run home run in the first inning, and then he hit a grand slam in the second inning. So he hit 2 home runs in the first 2 innings of the game, one being a grand slam, which is tremendous. and the climax of hitting home runs. I guess a walk-off would be better, but grand slams are obviously up there in terms of achievements at the plate, and he now has 8 home runs entering conference play, which is tied with LSU's Jacob Berry for most in the SEC in home runs. So Trey Lipscomb continuing to swing a hot bat. He's up to 8 home runs. He's hitting .413 on the season. And then also want to give an attaboy to Xander Sechrist, who started the game on the mound and was tremendous for a 4th straight week. He's been Tennessee's midweek starter the last 4 weeks in 5 innings. Gave up 1 hit, which was a home run. It was the only run he gave up. 1 walk, tied a career high, 7 strikeouts. He was outstanding, the sophomore lefty, and I think he's earned some weekend innings. It would probably be on a Sunday because he just threw 80 pitches on a Tuesday. But I think he's starting to assert himself as a pitcher Tennessee could go to on the weekend if it wanted to and needed to. And also, last thing I'll highlight in regards to Tennessee baseball, actually 2 quick things that need to be mentioned. Christian Moore, the stud freshman who turned down money to come to Tennessee, he was 2 for 4, hit another home run last night. Swain, this man has 6 home runs in 25 at-bats this year. 6 home runs in 25 at-bats, which is not a lot of at-bats. For comparison's sake, Jordan Beck has 68 at-bats and has 4 home runs. Trey Lipscomb, his 8 home runs have come in 63 at-bats. Jared Dickey, 49 at-bats. Jarrell Ortega, 48 at-bats. And in 26 at-bats, 26, he has 6 home runs, which is tied for 3rd most in the SEC. The natural talent is just unbelievable there with Christian Moore. And he's going to be an absolute stud for the next 3 years and then go play professionally. So wanted to highlight him hitting another home run, but also wanted to highlight, I mentioned it on Monday or Tuesday, I don't know, but Tony Vitello confirmed what I said earlier in the week about Blake Tidwell and Seth Halverson. So if you were listening earlier in the week, this is not new information to you, but Tony Vitello was asked after the game last night about Blake Tidwell and Seth Halverson and said that Blade is a week ahead of Seth Halverson. Blade is on the mound throwing, and Seth is behind Blade, but about to be on the mound, and that they both have that look in their eye of I'm ready to be back and ready to get back. He thinks both are healthy at the moment, but now it's about just checking the boxes to get back into a game situation and throwing from a mound. There are a couple of different boxes that they want to check, and said that when they do come back, it'll probably be an inning at a time to start out. But also, in addition to what Tony said, as I mentioned earlier this week, that I think there's a chance that Blade pitches next week against Ole Miss. I don't think it'll be a lot, but an inning or so out of the bullpen is certainly a possibility. And then I think the next weekend against Vanderbilt in Nashville, I think it's possible that Seth Halverson throws an inning. So good news there on the injury front. Also good news that Drew Gilbert was available to play last night, been dealing with a hamstring injury, and he was available to play last night if need be, but no need to push it. And they expect for him to play in some capacity this weekend, and I would be surprised if he wasn't starting this weekend. I think that's just a little bit of coach speak there, saying that they expect him to play in some capacity. I would be surprised if he's not back out there roaming center field full-time this weekend.
Tennessee, man, leading the country in home runs at 43.
Is that good?
And have a nice little comfortable lead. The second place team is Mercer at 37. So Tennessee is the best home run hitting team in the country. Let's go to the phones. Let's get to Vol Patriot on the Irish Networks hotline. Vol Patriot, good morning.
Hey, good morning, boys. How y'all doing?
Man, wonderful.
Hey, man, it's good to hear y'all's voice. It's been a minute.
Good to hear your voice.
Hey, man, appreciate it. You know, I was calling in because I was listening And I know the last conversation that we're having, talking about Ben McKee, being right or the lack thereof. But I like to back you, Ben. I think you've been right, more the percentage than people may believe.
Thank you. I agree.
I got your back.
Oh, Ben got a great hitting percentage.
I have a good batting average. I'm not perfect, but who is?
Amen. Yeah, man, I just wanted to call in and check in with everybody and, definitely get my go balls out, man. I'm proud of our boys. They really showed up and took care of business, man. It was something to watch. And, they get that SEC title. That's big. So, but anyway, boys, I'm going to let y'all do your thing, man. Swain, good to hear from you, brother.
Absolutely,
Ben,
you too.
You guys tell the family I say hey.
Will do. We'll do.
Appreciate the phone call.
Ben Thomas Camwa McKee is always right. Oh, man. John Kalen on the text box said that Ben looked like Olivier Camwa. I had to go to Google and look up Olivier's images. And I looked at Ben. Then I looked at Olivier. Then I looked at Ben. And I looked at Olivier. And then Olivier's Google images start looking like Ben. And Ben sitting next to me start looking like Olivier.
Just without the hair.
Y'all look alike. Olivier is Ben McKee, and Ben McKee is Olivier.
Well, it's because we both squint real bad. if you can find a photo of Olivier really smiling, then you really see the similarities.
Especially a young Olivier.
Yeah.
Now, Olivier got that dog in him now, so he don't really smile that much. But the young Olivier was always smiling, always cheesing ear to ear, and he looks
like that one on the left where his hair isn't as grown out as it is now.
Right here?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one.
That's you right there, man. That's you. That is you right there. Mm-hmm. Y'all look just alike. No doubt about it.
Nelson says definitely don't look like Steph Curry.
No. All right, I got to get to this because we only have about 40 minutes left in the show.
Thank goodness.
This looks like, is this Instagram or Snapchatty?
Instagram story.
Nico Maliava.
There's too much separation in the vowels there, Swain. It needs to be concurrent and run all together. So you need to redo that, please.
Nico Maliava.
There you go. Bob Kessler better watch out.
Bob better start practicing now.
Swain's coming for your job, Bob.
I'm coming for it, Bob. Get ready. Nico on his Instagram stories posted, big announcement coming later today. Ben, you and I were talking during the break that it would probably be a good idea for him to commit today rather than committing tomorrow.
He's committing? Is that the news?
I don't know. What else news is he going to share? I mean, goodness gracious. He
top 17.
He transferred to a new high school. I mean, that's new news. I mean, what is he going to say? They got some new sunglasses?
Maybe he's got a NIL deal with Oakley.
Who knows? But we're just assuming that the big announcement is a commitment. But we feel like today would be a better day than tomorrow. Correct?
Yeah, because there's this thing starting tomorrow called the NCAA tournament. And Tom Brady can make announcements and override the NCAA tournament, but Nico Maliava outside of Vol Twitter cannot do that.
I'm going to tell you right now, if anybody is planning to do something when Tennessee is playing, it's not getting my attention.
It would get your attention.
No. Like I would see it. I would get some text messages. Of course, I'll see it on Twitter. But I'm locked in on Tennessee Longwood.
No.
I'm locked in, baby.
You're locked in on Tennessee's Longwood.
No.
What?
I'm locked in on Tennessee and Longwood.
Okay. You said Tennessee's Longwood. That's
no, Tennessee and Longwood.
I was wondering why you're looking at Tennessee's Longwood.
That's the game I'll be paying attention to.
If Nico committed during Tennessee versus Longwood, you would absolutely pay attention to it because the game's not going to be worth paying attention to because Tennessee's going to win by 50 anyways.
I want to see Uro shoot a 3-pointer.
No, you don't.
Up 35 points.
When Folky caught that pass on the wing on the perimeter and he was wide open, I wanted Folky to pull it. I wanted him to shoot it so bad.
I want Meshack shooting 3-pointers.
I don't know.
I'll be locked in, man. It's best for Nico if he gonna do it to do it today.
Yes,
because it will get caught in
nationally.
all the basketball excitement.
Yep, and he needs to do it middle of the day.
You know what? It might be good if he do it tomorrow.
No, they're not gonna talk about it on the broadcast.
No, I ain't talking about that.
I don't understand.
I'm talking about these damn national writers. Been getting on my nerves. Talking about this NIL stuff.
Maybe people need to quit talking. But here's I'm gonna ask you a question that you hate.
You got a hypothetical question for me?
Yep.
Oh my god.
You're gonna hate this one too, and you're gonna answer it, or else we're not going to Turkey Man on the phone.
What we got? What you got for me?
You have to choose one or the other. Nico or the Vols beating Longwood. You have to pick one or the other. If you pick Nico, it means the Vols lose to Longwood. If you pick the Vols beating Longwood, the Vols don't get Nico.
Are you serious right now, Ben?
Yes, I am, because I know you hate these questions.
Are you serious right now?
Yes, I am.
Bro, I'm not wasting a whole season over a recruit
that you'll have for 3 years.
I'm not wasting a whole season. We have not won the SEC tournament in 43 years. We have a legitimate shot of going to the Final Four. This is the worst question.
But what if you say no to Nico and then Tennessee turns around and loses to Michigan or Colorado State? Then you're really going to be pissed off.
Man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with Nico committing. I don't got nothing to do with Tennessee winning or losing. I'm just telling you that if Nico commits tomorrow, it's not going to get as much attention as if he does it today.
I'm proud of you.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm proud of you.
You ain't tripping me
picking
up.
Rick Barnes and the Baller Vols over Nico. I'm proud of you.
You
Josiah doesn't deserve that, so I'm proud of you.
You terrible.
Big Orange 123 said Nico or Final Four.
Y'all are worse. Don't even start it.
I know you hate those questions.
I hate them. I hate them because you don't have to pick one or the other.
No, you don't.
You can have both.
It's called fun radio. That's what they say in the business.
That's what I hate about radio. Hate it. Who's on the phone?
Turkey Man.
Turkey Man. You just told me. Turkey Man. Good morning.
I flustered you so bad you forgot.
Good morning, individuals. Is Nico going to come today?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know, Devi. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know how good he'll be if he comes today.
We won't know until he gets here.
Don't know. No, we don't.
Turkey Man, would you prefer Bofa?
Huh?
Would you prefer Bofa?
Who's Bofa? Both of them. Yeah, I prefer both of them. Yeah. I would.
What about the 4-star Dwight?
Well, I don't know. I mean, whoever comes, we've got a gap that we've got to consider, and that's who's going to fill in.
I heard Dees was going to fill in.
Who?
Dees.
I don't want to hear that. Don't go there.
What I'm talking about 4-star quarterback from Michigan, Dwight. If you don't get Nico, you can get him.
I don't know. I have no idea. I really and truly, I kind of, I lost faith in the 5-star because we just seem like we get a 5-star and it don't pan out. So I guess there's.
Well, Dwight's a 4-star.
Yeah, Dwight may work out. He's a 4-star.
Well, he'd probably get a bump or a pimple or something.
He'll get
Move up a
downgraded.
little bit. Yeah, probably will. I was just concerned or considering or wondering what's Georgia going to do? They're going their walk-ons coming back. That who's behind them down there?
Behind Stetson Bennett?
Yes.
They have Brock Vandegrift. They have Gunnar Stockton, who is an incoming 5-star quarterback. Brock Vandegrift, a former 5-star quarterback that was there this past season, but they've got another 5-star quarterback coming in. And then they have another returning quarterback whose name is escaping my mind at the moment.
I'm just curious about that because he was lucky in what he picked out there, because I really felt like that he kind of did Daniels wrong in a lot of ways, because I felt like he got hurt, but he come back. He was starting quarterback. So I don't know. I could see why Georgia fans feel the way they did, and I think Kirby was really lucky because it worked out for him. And I know you got to be lucky to, as we know, to win it all.
Hey,
But
Stetson made some big-time throws in the championship game.
In the semifinals.
Yeah, he did, but he got some big targets. I don't know. I just think Kirby'd out. I feel like
I think you're salty, Turkey Man.
Well, I am probably, but I just ain't sold on Kirby Smart being the answer.
Well,
I think
he just won a national championship.
I understand. Also, Mike Griffith can just pump him up more than normal. But
that is
I don't
annoying.
know. It is annoying.
He apparently he's better than Vince Lombardi and Bear Bryant and General Nealon and all these other coaches now. Greatest coach of all time.
I tell you what, your question. I'm going to ask you your question. You asked Wayne. I want to win a natty in basketball because it's something we never done, and I want to win it. If we can go all the way, that's what I. If I have got to have the rudders, because they ain't no guarantee the 5-star is going to pan out, and so I'll take the winning it all in basketball.
I hate you, Ben. 865-255-03. I really dislike you right now, Ben. Really do.
How many threads will there be on the message board about 4-star quarterback Dwight from Michigan? People trying to figure out what quarterback we're talking about.
I don't know, man. But he's the backup answer. All I know. He ready to commit.
Along with Bofa.
You're right. 4.5 Bofa.
6-star. Bofa Bussack.
Oh my goodness. 865-255-03. I can't get those 10 minutes back. You big reason why, Ben. You're the problem. Swain Event, be right back.
Hour 3 of the Swain Event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you. Hello, is that as low as you can go? Okay, thank you.
What are you doing?
Calling around to get the best rate on a car loan.
Why? Everyone knows Alcoa 10 is the best choice to purchase a vehicle or refinance your current loan. And with low interest rates and 90 days to your first payment, it's a no-brainer. You can even apply online and sign all the documents from the convenience of your home.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Alcoa 10 Credit Union. It's so easy. Go to atfcu.com for details. Rates are dependent on credit score and equal housing lender.
When you start your own business, you know that branding can make or break a new venture. That's why Swain Event relies on 42nd Street. 42nd Street is a strategy agency focused on finding creative, open-minded, results-driven solutions to brand design. After over a decade of operations in East Tennessee, the brand architects at 42nd Street have the experience and creative know-how to ensure the success of your business branding, logo, web presence, and more. To see a real-life example of their amazing work, you can check out our website at swainevent.com. Don't trust the branding of your business to just anyone. Check out my friends at 42nd Street online at 42st.com or give them a call at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street, brand, strategy, design. Fellas, when it's time to freshen up that wardrobe, there's only one play to make, and that's to go see my friends at Mark Nelson Denim in downtown Knoxville. Find the latest in small batch denim in the heart of Knoxville. Denim isn't all they do though. Mark Nelson also does custom suiting and blazers. Let your personal style shine with Mark Nelson. If you don't have time to go shopping for yourself but still want that fresh look, then sign up for the MN Society. Let the experts handle the shopping and get $300 worth of merchandise for just $150 every other month. That's 6 times per year to keep you looking styling every day. Let Mark Nelson Denim help you be the best you, because when you look good, you feel good. Go to marknelsondenim.com.
Good morning, Swain Event crew. The new year is here and it's the 2022 East Tennessee real estate season. As I always do, I'm going to shoot straight with you. If you have a home to sell, then you need to give me a call ASAP. Inventory is low and I will get you the most money possible and more than you think trying to sell it on your own. If you are a seller that also needs to buy a home, you need to call me ASAP, as there are ways I can help you manage that situation and stay in your home until we find what you want. If you are looking to buy, you need to call me ASAP. You absolutely need someone on your side to help navigate the current waters, and you need someone that's going to do their homework and find homes that aren't on the market yet. Bottom line, you need to call me today ASAP. Jennifer Morris, Keller Williams Realty, 865-257-7897. If you are buying, selling, or considering investing in real estate this year, or email me at jennifermorris865@gmail.com. I hope to hear from you soon, and go Vols!
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
If you want to get in on the conversation, call the Iris Networks hotline at 865-200-5503. Grow your business with Iris Networks high-speed fiber internet. IrisNetworksUSA.com.
Well, somebody's awake this morning. C-Mac is on the Irish Networks hotline. C-Mac, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Swain. How are you doing this morning?
I am wonderful, man. I hope you are too.
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Can't complain. I believe we are both doing a lot better than that degenerate co-host of yours.
No, I think he's doing pretty good too. He's great.
No,
he's living his best life right now.
Ain't no way.
Oh yeah, he is. He is. He's about to go watch the NCAA tournament in person. You can't beat that.
Yeah, you really can't. You really, really can't. Did McKee say earlier that he didn't know that Shockley. He didn't know Shockley played at
Miami. Shockey.
At Miami.
I did not
Shockley,
say that.
Yeah. That's what it sounded like.
Well, you heard wrong.
Oh, I love the
All
Ben
right.
McKee C-Mac rivalry. This is good.
All right, I'll take that. Ben,
Yes,
let me
sir.
ask you a question. I need you to help break a tiebreaker between me and Big Shot.
I need you to wake up.
Who, me?
Ain't no owls in here. You. We've been on this air for 2.5 hours. I need you to wake up. Put some more energy in your voice. You're making us sleepy over here.
7:35 in the morning, Swain.
You grown. You supposed to be up.
7:35.
You supposed to be up. You grown.
Okay. This all goes to what I'm about to get ready to ask.
All right,
McKee.
go ahead.
McKee, as an adult, as Swain just said, as a grown, blank person, do you take naps during the day?
Yes, 1,000%. I took one yesterday, and it helped me the rest of the day. I went home yesterday, took an hour-and-a-half nap, had a nice interview there with Blaine and Mickey in Nashville. I was energized for it. Thought I gave a good performance because of my nap, and then I got some work done before the Tennessee baseball game. Went and I thought I'd knocked my coverage of the baseball game out of the park because I was able to get a nap in yesterday. So I am a firm believer in naps.
We're going to call you an outlier, okay? Given the context of you getting ready to be heavily sleep deprived in the next 5 to 6 months.
Yes.
Like, I'm pretty sure you getting in every ounce, every molecule of shut-eye imaginable.
Yes.
Swain, do you take naps during the day or no?
No, not really.
I didn't think so. Great. It's still kind of like we're at a stalemate, if you were.
Rob don't take naps, right?
You got to ask Shot.
Well, he's told me before. I can't. I'm pretty sure that's his stance because we've talked about it before. It's just been a minute.
I know you don't take naps because you get up late.
It's up at 7:30. That's not late.
He's supposed to be up
who
earlier.
Who get up late?
You.
Late to who?
Him.
Late
to Swain. Swain thinks if you don't wake up at 5 o'clock, you're just a bum and you don't get anything done.
Okay. 5 o'clock in what time zone?
Whatever time zone you're in.
Okay. I mean, there's mornings where I catch the beginning of the show.
What time did you wake up this morning?
That's pretty good.
I caught the beginning of the show this morning.
Okay. To me, my standard, but it's also because I don't do a good job of going to bed, and I work into the night. For me, if you're up before 8, that's good in my book.
But that doesn't have nothing to do with those naps you be trying to take, though, right?
Which part of it?
So,
like today, I'm about to go home right now and take a nap because I didn't go to bed till 12:30, and then I turned around and woke up at 6. So I'm about to go home, take a nap right now, a little 1 hour, 2 hour nap, get energized, knock some work out, clean some clothes, pack the car, and drive to Indy. I need it. But see, I'm not going to crash at 5 o'clock like an old man on the couch like Swain. I'm going to be hustling and making moves into the night.
That's that young man in you.
I don't crash at 5. It's more like 9:30 or 10:30 when I do crash.
And mine's 12:30. So there's a difference. And I've always told Swain this because he may get up at 5:30, which is an hour and a half before I do. But I was also up an hour and a half to 2 hours later than he was most nights.
Yeah, I missed like the last couple minutes of the Indiana game. So the game was watching me. I didn't get a chance to watch the end of it. So I was up pretty late last night.
Old man Swain.
Almost made it to midnight.
Ben, if you were, possibly dozing off, that early, you might want to get your T levels checked. Just saying, man. Just saying.
Are you saying Swain needs to get his T levels checked?
I get mine checked.
You sound like you need to get yours checked.
I know that's right.
No, the only thing I need to do today is have an incredible day.
Dave Tonicall didn't have more energy than you.
Facts.
Hey, man, listen, He on beach time.
That's fair.
He on beach time. Not to mention, all last week was like nothing but snow, man. So y'all leave me alone.
Fair
But
enough.
y'all do have a great day. Y'all have a great morning.
You have a
And
better
I'll
morning.
holler at y'all later.
Vol fan sent you a message on the text box. The health benefits of napping. You need to read.
See, Mike, I got you, man. There's a Low T Center in Greenwood Village, Colorado. There's also one in Westminster, Colorado. Also, Colorado Springs.
Are those close to Denver?
Yep. Sure is. Westminster, Colorado. That's right there. Also, the one in Greenwood Village, Colorado. It's not far. There you go, C-Mac. You might need to holler at my friends over at the Low T Center, man. Your energy level too low.
Disappointing this morning.
Very disappointing. I don't like the energy levels, man. I don't like the energy levels.
You were an energy vampire this morning.
You got to turn it up.
The first benefit of napping, it can improve your memory. The second benefit, it can help you connect the dots easier.
I think I took a nap 2 days ago. It was like 5 minutes. It wasn't long at all. Anyways. C-Mac.
I mean, there's 17 points here I could make for you if you'd like.
I'm good.
This has been a big talking point between Swain and I the last couple of years. He is anti-nap. I am pro-nap.
I just don't get sleepy during the day. What was Turkey Man talking about with Kirby Smart?
He said that he was overrated.
He won a national championship. I mean, he answered all the critics. You can't say anything else now.
It might help you climb the corporate ladder quicker.
I'm already at the top of the corporate ladder. I'm good. I'm at the top.
No comment.
I'm at the top, baby. Who's on the phone?
Big Shot Rob.
Big Shot Rob, good morning.
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Man, we are energized this morning.
That's good. So, I text C-Mac this morning, right? I told her, I said, my brother, have you a good day, love you. You know what this fool texted me back and said?
What'd he say?
This fool texted me back and said, boy, what you done did? I said, huh? He said, what you done did? I was like, I'm genuinely sending you a text message telling you to have a good day and let my brother know I got love for you. And that's your response? That's what you come back with?
He paranoid.
Man, come on.
He paranoid.
Yeah, exactly. That's how my brain work at 7 o'clock in the morning. Man,
It don't
cut
work.
out, man.
It don't work.
Cut it
That's the
out.
point. It don't work in the morning. That's why you need to get up earlier.
So speaking to that point, I wake up around, 4:30 every day. I'm at work by 5, doing PT, whatever. So I told this fool sometimes during the day, my lunch break, if I get time, I'd take me a nap. And he asked me, was I a cat? And I was like, really? I got to be a cat because I take a nap? And so I was like, how about you call in and you ask and see if what you just said makes sense? So that's why he called in and asked and said all that, this, that, and the third.
He mentioned that part.
Yeah, he wasn't going to mention that because
He's always tap in.
He knew I was coming behind him. But speaking to that, I don't really nap much, but every once in a blue moon I will. But if I do, it ain't at home. It's at work on my lunch break for about 30 minutes. So that's the only time I really nap. But other than that, it's very rare that I'm able to take a nap, especially having a newborn now. That's not even a thing anymore.
You better nap when he nap.
I wish I could. But when he napping, then I got to clean or do something. It's just always something to do, man. My wife don't let me sit down much. I always got to do something.
That's the way it is, man.
Yeah, but it is what it is. Ben, I will say this. I was like you when my wife first got pregnant. Everyone was always, oh, make sure you get some sleep, and blah, blah. I got to know it. I was like, bro, I wish I would shut up with that. As a friend, I'm going to tell you, brother, it is true. Sleep while you can, because I promise you, once your son is born, you will not sleep no more. You're going to walk around like a zombie all day, especially doing the show, covering baseball, basketball, and having a son. Woo! Boy, your life's going to turn around. For real, for real.
Can't wait. I can't wait.
You said what?
I believe people when they tell me.
It's true. I thought it was BS for the most part. I was like, whatever, I'll be fine. Nah, man, it's gonna affect you. 'Cause it affects me, and I'm not a person who has to sleep often to be, wired and energized.
I was wondering why you've been cranky lately.
It's catching up to me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It's just catching up to your boy.
I can tell. You got a little edge to you this morning.
Hey, look, I've drank coffee 2 times in my entire life. And that was when I was like 12 or 13, because just to try it, being funny. I don't drink coffee at all. But I'm to the point to where I might go to Starbucks for Dutch Bros here soon.
No, you need to hit up Dunkin', get that cheap coffee.
Oh, my God. Y'all are weird.
First of all, I'm not getting no cheap coffee, my brother. I am blessed and highly favored by the Lord. If I'm going to get some coffee, I'm going to get some good coffee. I ain't getting nothing cheap. I can tell you that.
But see, you got to – I feel you. And if you want to be all Vanderbilt on us this morning, that's fine. But, look, we got to compensate for these gas prices. So you got to – you got to lax elsewhere to make up for how much gas. And I hear that big old truck you're driving. You got to make up for it.
Hey, it ain't that bad, though. It ain't that bad. Because, see, look, before gas prices went through the roof to fill up my truck, which is every 2 weeks, by the way, not every week. Every 2 weeks, about $73. I filled up the other day. Guess how much it was? $76. It went up $3. I'd take that $3 jump all day of the week rather than some folks spending $100 in a Hyundai.
I mean, the oil prices have went down a tad.
But see, that $3, that's the difference between an iced coffee at Starbucks and an iced coffee at Dunkin', and the one at Dunkin' tastes just as good.
Well, I guess I'll stand on the corner for $3 then with a cup in my hand. Maybe I'll get it.
It'd be fitting for you.
UNC Mac, man. It's okay to take a nap. It's okay not to take a nap. I'm glad we solved the problem for everybody.
Yeah, everybody do their own thing.
Y'all have a good day.
See you,
man.
Get out
here, man. Y'all have a good day.
See you.
Last thing I'll say about a nap, you know the most effective nap ever? I want you to try this, Swain, if you haven't already.
Okay.
Fix you a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Drink the cup of coffee, a.k.a. chug it. Not chug it like a beer, but drink it within like 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then go to sleep for like 20 to 30 minutes, and that coffee sets in while you're asleep for those 20 to 30 minutes, and it's just a quick little nap. You got coffee in your system, and when you wake up, man, it's like you're on nitro. It's like, shoo! It's like the Tasmanian devil running around. That's the most effective nap I have ever had. I don't try it often. I heard somebody talk about this once, and I was like, there's no way that really works to that extent. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. So I fixed me a cup of coffee. I drank it within 5 to 10 minutes. I laid down, took me a 30-minute nap. I woke up, and, man, I had all the energy in the world.
Today's not the day because I'll be refreshing Twitter looking for Nico's announcement.
Looking for where Freddie Freeman signs?
I don't care nothing about Freddie Freeman. I'm not a Braves fan like that. I don't care.
Braves fans ain't watching anymore either.
Nico, I want to see what this big announcement is about.
I bet he's just making a graphic of all of his offers, and he's going to tweet out all of his offers.
He better not do that.
Maybe it's a top 11. Tennessee, Oregon, Alabama.
He better not. All them
Georgia.
All that Tennessee gear I see.
UCLA.
Being posted around, from his people around him.
USC. Fresno State. Long Beach Poly.
Stop.
IMG. G League Ignite.
Y'all crazy.
How excited will you be if he commits to Tennessee today?
I'll be excited.
How excited is what I asked.
I mean,
we do cartwheels, jumping jacks?
No. I mean, I'm excited. I'll be fired up. But I will keep things in perspective, understanding that signing day is signing day, but also understand that a quarterback commitment is stronger than just somebody else committing early, because usually when a quarterback commits, more times than not, it sticks. And I'll be looking forward to seeing him recruit other players. I already know he's talking to other players. And I know right now.
Talking to him about what?
I already know right now that they are 4- and 5-star receivers that's ready to come to Tennessee right now with Nico if Nico decides to commit and come to Tennessee. I already know that.
What's Nico been talking to those other recruits about?
About the possibility.
Possibility of what?
Playing together.
Where?
I don't know. I'm not in those conversations.
But you said you know about those conversations.
I just know that they are being had. Playing together.
What's the subject of those conversations?
I just told you, playing together.
Where?
I don't know.
Why not?
I don't know all that stuff. Casual Fall says, what did I miss on Nico? What announcement? Well, he put on his Instagram story that he has big news today. Big announcement coming later today. So I assume, this is me assuming, that he's going to commit. This is an assumption. He already transferred to another high school. What else is there to do?
Announce his top 11.
Nah, man. I don't think he's doing that. I think that we're going to see a decision on where he wants to commit to today. That's what I think. Based on his Instagram. And they haven't really done a good job of hiding it either.
Hiding what?
If he commits to Tennessee, I mean, all I've seen on his social media and the people around him, their social media is Tennessee, 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 Tennessee. So that's what I'm assuming, that he's going to commit to a school today. I don't think it would be good to do it tomorrow because you'll get caught up in the Tennessee basketball. So, again, based on his Instagram story, I feel like Tennessee may get a commitment today. I may be wrong.
Wouldn't it be the first time?
No, it won't. West Tennessee Vol says, headline later, former Tennessee receiver Jason Swain arrested for streaking in celebration of 5-star commitment. I'll tell you one thing. My last celebratory reaction was with Henry To'oTo'o. I don't think I'll react that way to another recruit again. I'll be fired up. I'll be excited. I'll have some fist pumps. Yeah. Jersey Shore style, but I don't think I'll be running around the parking lot like I did when Henry To'oTo'o announced he was coming to Tennessee on signing day. A little different. Bulldog Brian says if he commits, will it solidify the rumors of an $8 million NIL deal? Nope. It will not solidify any rumors of that deal to me. Now, to other folks, it may, but the numbers may or may not be right. So it would not solidify it for me. Now, I know other people would be like, oh, article is 100% right. But it would not be for me. Chad Ray says, if Nico commits, cool, get out the pajama pants and into pads and show me on the field. Then I'll be excited. I mean, I'd be lying if I sit here and was like, I won't be excited if he commits. I'll be excited, Chad Ray. You got to be a little bit excited. I understand the whole, we'll see you when you get here, because we see kids flip-flop all the time. We understand that commitment doesn't mean the same to them as it does for us, especially you, Chad Ray, because you served our great country. So you understand the word commitment. I understand exactly where you're coming from. But I'll be excited. But I will be leveled. I will be grounded. Foxball says this basketball team seems different, just a special feeling hearing these guys and Coach Barnes talk about each other, plus the catalyst of the Ziegler situation, speed at the point guard position, or speed at the point guard situation, and the unprecedented leadership of Josiah Jordan James. This team has elements of a deep run in them, in my opinion. Can't wait, but I am keeping my cup on. You know, only one team is going to win the national championship this year, right?
The Vols.
Only one team. So every other team will get a kick to the gonads. Every other team.
But not Tennessee.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Well, you said you're picking them to win it all. I'm going off of what you said.
I don't think I said that. I had to check the tape. Right now, I got Tennessee and Villanova in the Sweet 16. I have not filled up my bracket past the Sweet 16 except for one team.
Maybe for the first time in the history of the show, your bracket will be better than mine this year.
We'll see.
Last 2 years, mine has been better. Which is weird for somebody who's always wrong about stuff.
Broke
I don't
clock is right twice a day. We'll see.
Oh, really?
We'll see. We'll see.
Last I checked, I've been with the show for 6 years.
We'll see. We'll see, man. Tennessee, man. So what you got Tennessee losing, man?
I haven't decided. It'll be in the Elite Eight or the Sweet 16 to Villanova or Arizona.
How many brackets you filling out?
One. Because I'm a real man.
Are you doing one online and one on paper, and they're both the same?
Yes.
Okay.
I will do it online to join the bracket group, but it'll be the same picks that are on my paper bracket.
So to join the Swain Event Tournament Challenge, all you have to do is go to show notes on your app. It will take you straight to the bracket for you to fill out. The group is the Swain Event, but the T is a 1. Who did that? Ben McKee. He set that up. There's no T's. There's another group named Swain Event, Ben?
I think so. From when you and Stokes did it back in the day. Something along those lines. I don't know why it would be. Actually, you
set it up.
It auto-generates the name, and I think I just went with it.
So you was lazy?
Either that or I hadn't had my nap that day.
Jeez. The Swain Even.
I don't know why it's that.
The Swain Even 1. That's what it is. The Swain Even 1. That's the group name. The T is a 1.
I mean, you could have set up your own bracket challenge for your show.
I trust the help. I thought we was one Swain Event.
Joke's on you.
I guess it is. Let's see. West Tennessee Vol says, doesn't every fan at least do one bracket filled out with their team winning? Nah, I don't know about that one, West Tennessee Vol. Last year, I had Illinois winning. I did not have Tennessee winning anything. I had them going deeper than just losing in the first round, but I did not have them going deep at all last year. This year, whew.
Well, see, tough. My problem is like with the whole Arizona Villanova thing is like separating wanting them to win and what I think the game will actually play out. How I think the game will actually play out. That's hard to do. Separating, am I being too glass half full because it is Tennessee, or is there a good chance that this actually happens? That's what I've got to figure out.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I'm looking at Villanova's Kim Palm. I like the matchups against Villanova. Of course, we have to beat Longwood and take care of business there, and then take care of business against either Colorado State or Michigan. And Colorado State shoots the ball very, very well. We know we got to take care of business before we see Villanova, if Villanova's able to take care of business. But, man, Tennessee is one of the top 3 teams in the country in terms of how they're playing right now. You cannot go find 3 other teams that's playing better basketball than Tennessee. And I'm sorry, that matters, whether it's your team or not. But you're right, Ben. It makes it more difficult.
I don't think you can find a team that is playing better basketball than Tennessee right now. I mean, I Gonzaga, Arizona. I mean, Tennessee's playing just as good a basketball as those two teams.
Rutgers, Notre Dame today. Also, Wright State versus Bryant. Tennessee tomorrow. And Nico Iamaleava has a big announcement today.
That I'm sure will happen in about 5 minutes, because that typically happens. As soon as we get done with the show, things happen.
Correct. And we'll be here tomorrow to talk about it. Swain Event, fueled by Denim Barbecue. Ben, safe travels to Indianapolis to
Thank you.
Check out the tournament. And
People send me food recommendations, please.
We will be back tomorrow. Swain Event, fueled by Denim Barbecue. Peace and love. We are out.